San Antonio's Sports Center.
Major League Baseball playoffs continue. Last night, the Los Angeles Dodgers dispatched the Mets 8-0 to take a 2-1 series lead. Today, the Yankees look to take a series 3-0 as they're shifting to Cleveland. First pitch at 4:08. Tonight, Thursday Night Football, as the Saints welcome the Broncos and Sean Payton home. You can catch the game live right here, starting at 6:30. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, friends. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. I'm AJ Hoffman. That was from Rob Thompson, who is dressed like Bill Walton today.
He is, right? What do you mean?
Bill Walton on the first day of fall.
It is. This is my fall attire.
Yeah. It's
This first, we all have first in line.
That's what you've been.
This is first in line.
He's been waiting.
It has been. He's been waiting to get in the game for months.
Day for Sunday night.
He's first in line. We all have the first in line.
Yeah,
and first in line. This one.
Rob is like, so
this is. I call this one Autumn Sunset.
When you guys were kids. When you guys were kids, I don't know if you guys did this, but like the first day of school, I always had my fit laid out.
Oh yeah, man.
Like I'd throw what jeans I'm wearing, what shirt, and I'd have it laid out like a person.
Yeah, right, on the bed.
Absolutely.
Or on the chair.
Yeah. And then I would only do it the first day of school and never again.
No, but the day,
Because
first
everything was
impressions matter.
Yeah.
Everything was new.
Now, do you think that's Rob? The first day of crisp weather, I've got this, and like, do you think he had his outfit laid out?
He spent time.
Well, I knew. You know what? I was pretty sure I was going to wear this. Yeah, this was.
So on Monday, you thought you were going to wear that today,
no,
right?
Yesterday.
Yesterday was like,
okay.
it's going to be cool tomorrow?
I
got an idea.
What I was thinking was, see,
honey, where's my hippie poncho?
kind of the thought. So,
right.
Like I said, I call her Autumn Sunset, and I was like, okay, where's Autumn? And if I need to find Autumn, does she need to be washed and prepared? Because the last time she was worn, we were in Oxnard.
It looks itchy.
It's actually very soft.
Yeah, it's softer than it looks.
It does look itchy.
Do you have an undershirt on? Do you have a t-shirt under there?
Of course I do. I wear a t-shirt every day.
Okay.
I'm Southern.
Me too.
Okay.
I
don't.
I have to. I have to.
No, I have to wear a t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
I expose my.
No, I can't.
bosoms.
It gets me. I grew up country, I guess. My mom always made me wear t-shirts, so I always wear a t-shirt.
I did it since the military.
The military certainly reinforced that, but maybe that's why I always did. But anyway, this was in the plans. I got it out last night. She got fluffed. Autumn got all fluffed and ready.
What'd you do? Did you throw it in the dryer?
I threw it in the dryer with a little extra dryer sheet, little burst of downy, little snap to it to prepare for what I expected this morning. And it was a lovely morning. Her and I spent it this morning staring up at that gigantic.
How angry would you have been if you'd walked outside and it was like 88 degrees?
Back in July,
happened.
When you open the door and that humidity just like punches you in the face and poof.
Yeah, this is garbage.
If I'd have opened the door this morning, it'd have been like that. It'd been such a letdown. Just like, I've been turned around and gone back to bed.
It's always kind of hard to get out of bed when you wake up at 3:30, 3:45 in the morning. Yeah. When it's cool, it's even harder. Like the cold weather, or I say cold weather like it's cold.
I know, like it's 10 outside.
But when it's not hot, it's harder to get up out of bed. And
the trek from the bed to the bathroom it could be 100 miles. It's so cold between here and there.
Well, you live in a palace. I live in a one-bedroom apartment where my bathroom is connected to my bedroom.
It doesn't matter. 5 feet, getting out from underneath that warm blanket at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
that
sucks.
That proves our love for you.
That's
How
true.
devotion. How many other people would do that? I bet there's family in your house right now that wouldn't get up at 3:30 for you.
That's true. It helps that my cat is like a pain in the ass.
You do have
and it's just like
an animal alarm.
Oh, your alarm went off? I'm going to start yelling at you until you put food in my bowl, servant.
You know, I hadn't thought about that. See, dogs, I guess they're kind of like that when they want to go out. You know, they'll come and not, but a cat will demand.
Oh, yeah, and they won't stop. Like, you can't talk sense to a cat. If my dog is out of control and, like, barking and stuff, hey, you sit down. They'll sit down and shut up. That cat, what that cat does, it waits until I'm on a phone call or I'm, like, recording a podcast. Because I've got, we'll go on these podcasts, and I've got a little setup. My dining room is my radio studio.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, yeah, I'm very fancy.
Studio.
Yeah, so if I get COVID, we're okay. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
But as soon as I turn the mic on, meow, meow, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, how do you know? It's like you wait until I start talking to someone, and then they want to start being disruptive.
You just defined why I will never have another cat. Because it knows.
How long have we had it?
They are of a higher, more douchey
eight
intelligence
years.
level.
That's why, yeah. It's used to your routine.
No, here's what the problem
It knows
was.
your routine. That's what.
This was the dumbest thing my wife ever did.
Well, I can think of one other.
Well, yeah.
Carry on.
Didn't make me wear a condom.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was going to go, whoops. Sorry, boys. We love you.
We love you, surprised or not.
Or surprises, just know that.
No, but the biggest mistake she made was she wanted to rescue a cat. She was like, I want to help a cat that's been abandoned, which is nice. My wife is probably the best person I know, which is really weird.
I'd beg just on one example to agree with that.
Yeah, my wife is
She's done some real work with the wretched.
Yeah, my wife's a good person.
She obviously is.
I don't know why she picked me, other than the unplanned pregnancy.
Pity.
But when she picked out this cat, there's like 8 cats in at this thing that are all being
like
fostered.
Is it a cardboard box or is it like a legit adoption?
They're all being fostered by.
Oh, so this is legit. This isn't coming from.
They're being fostered by this gal who goes around finding these destitute animals.
Okay.
And she picked the one that she thought had the most personality because it kept talking to her. I was like, and
so
then
the vocal one. You chose the loud one.
She chose the loudest cat. And then
Come on.
it's she was surprised.
You know what? Like every man has a type. Evidently, she has a type too. She
I
likes
guess
the
so.
loud ones.
I
She
guess
likes
so.
the loud and vocal ones.
I guess so.
You gotta sound off like you got a pair.
Yeah. And we had decided we're going to adopt a senior cat.
See, I can't do that.
Like we're going to give a cat a good place to live that,
Till the end. See, the
till he
end is what I
dies.
can't deal with. I don't want it any nearer than it can possibly be at the beginning.
And we go to get the senior cat, but then she finds this cat that
you have now?
it's talking and she likes that. And it's like a year, 2 years old. Cats live forever.
Yeah.
If you buy a 15-year-old cat, you buy.
Yeah.
If you adopt a 15-year-old cat, that cat might outlast you. Like there's a good chance.
No, I don't see.
But a 2-year-old cat,
You got another
A
15
vocal
years.
2-year-old cat.
You got
Oh.
15 years.
Yeah.
Does it still has its claws.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's always been an inside cat, never been an outside.
Right.
Even at home, you never let it out.
No, it goes outside. In Vegas, it would go outside
Would go
sometimes.
outside.
It would go into the backyard where it felt
Would it
comfortable.
hunt prey?
It used to when
Yeah.
we lived in Houston. So it used to go out in the front yard when we lived in Houston. This cat was badass when we got
most
it.
cats are killers. Yeah.
So it climbed up we had a big oak tree, climbed up in the oak tree, and there was a squirrel, and they were like, it was making noise at the squirrel like that.
Yeah, that screaming squirrel sound. Yeah.
And the squirrel got its tail all fluffy, and my cat, I literally saw this with my own eyes.
Like, all right.
My cat jumped at this squirrel, and they fell out of the tree together and landed.
What?
And the squirrel was like just stunned. Like its
What just
feet
happened?
its feet were moving, but its body wasn't. And I don't know if it was paralyzed or what. But my cat just picked it up and ran away with it. And I was like, oh, my God, our cat is a savage.
They all are.
And then the next day, I open my front door. What do you think is laying there on the porch?
A gift.
A gift?
A gift.
That's right.
What do you think it was?
Probably not the squirrel.
Well,
Was it?
it was the squirrel's tail.
Oh, my
The rest of the squirrel was gone.
Yeah.
Gone!
Well,
Vicious.
It's a wild beast.
And it went from that to just
Now it does.
meowing.
Now, yeah. Now it's like I
we
don't
had a-
eat dry food.
we had a cat that
Open a can, peasant.
would go out, catch mice, and bring it back inside to its kittens. A live
Oh,
rat.
jeez.
It's like,
yeah.
all right, it's time to go to school, kids. And
Yeah.
it would come in with like a live mouse.
It's a big old nope.
All right, we got a big show planned for you today, but before we get into that big show, I have to complain about something. I know you guys don't know that I'm a complainer. This is going to be a new thing on the show. I'm going to complain about something that's happening in the world that I hate. We'll do that next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are in good shape as you head out and about this early morning. No major incidents going on. Minor accident on the south side at Zarzamora at 410. That's on the frontage road. Looks like that's in the clearing stages. They did pick up the road work at 35 southbound at 482 to Schertz Parkway, northeast side of town. Ongoing road work continues. I-10 upper level, westbound Frio Street on over to Fulton, where that's got the roadway reduced to just one lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
I like making your head explode. Soccer coach. Post on Facebook today. I've been coaching for a long time and I've heard a lot of funny excuses on why someone can't work out. But yesterday's excuse may be the best or worst yet. Player couldn't work out because he had a haircut scheduled for after school and didn't want to go there sweaty.
You know who I blame for all this? Aaron Rodgers.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers a great price and round-the-clock protection when bundling home and auto. It's one of those rare times where you could save money and get something great. Bundle today at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks. The unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
So, Gigi, you think a woman's place is in the home cooking?
100%. We were not created. We were not born to do the same things.
Do you think that these are conversations that should be had before people get married?
It's such a hard conversation to have in the strip bar, though.
So loud in there.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. I had an advantage. My legs were a weapon. 6,109 rushing yards, still unbeaten records. That's why I bet at BetUS.com. They offer American sports bettors an advantage. The industry's biggest bonus, a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And get expert picks and predictions on their very own BetUS TV. Take advantage. Join me online at BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. BetUS, where the game begins.
This is Rob Thompson from my good friends over at Tri-County Meat Market. You've heard me talk about great deals over and over, and there is no better deal in all of San Antonio than the 5 for 30. 5 items in a bag. You walk out of Tri-County with 2, maybe 3 meals in your bag. No better deal to be found either on Ralph Fair or out on Huebner. Tri-County Meat has everything to up your grilling game, and 5 for 30, go pick that up and come by and thank me later. Tri-County Meat Market.
Do you want to add more fun to watching NFL games? Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Make sure you go download the Underdog Fantasy app or get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com and start playing the Pick'em game. Love playing Pick'em just about every game I play. Love winning money. You too can as well. Win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats like passing yards, rushing yards, touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, field goals made. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward. Signing up is easy. Just go to the mobile app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR when you get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. A letter in your mailbox says you could save money bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. You saw it after your teenager backed the car into the mailbox. Dumb news. A new mailbox, basically a box on a stick, costs up to $400. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and go with paperless mail instead. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
The 149th Fighter Wing of the Texas Air National Guard is hiring both full and part-time positions with over 180 different career choices, including cyber, healthcare, communications, avionics, electronics, and more. The Texas Air National Guard offers a variety of ways you can serve. Earn education benefits that would cover tuition towards a bachelor's degree. To learn more, Google the 149th Fighter Wing. That's the 149th Fighter Wing of the Texas Air National Guard.
911, what's your emergency?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In San Antonio, 5 domestic violence calls happen every hour.
The time to end domestic violence in our community is now.
Step out of violence.
You are not alone.
Call 211 for help. Call 911 if it's an emergency.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month is in full swing, and LifeLock is here to spotlight the threat of phishing, those sneaky scams designed to trick you into revealing your personal information. While staying alert is important, true protection goes beyond just awareness. That's where LifeLock steps in with comprehensive protection. LifeLock doesn't just warn you about suspicious activity. LifeLock monitors your personal info and resolves identity theft issues if they arise. Take control of your security. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ren, Vince, Zzz, Greg, and Alexandra.
Ren. Where's Stimpy? See, there's an age group. There's a little generation go. Yeah. Everybody kind of giggled.
I know that.
I love that show.
Oh man, there was an era there in the late '90s where Nickelodeon was freaking awesome.
Oh yeah,
I mean, just every cartoon. Remember Courage the Cowardly Dog?
No.
Oh man,
that one I don't.
You know what I liked? Rocco's Modern Life.
See, that again, we all experience these shows in a very brief moment of time with our kids, and they age and go somewhere. I don't know what that one is.
See, that would have been, I mean, that was my generation. That would have been before your kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's a very...
How do you know Ren and Stimpy, though?
Because that was of my kids. I don't know.
It wasn't of your kids.
Why?
That's impossible.
No.
Late 90s?
Like, yeah, like, I mean, your kids were watching Ren and Stimpy in the late 90s? Were they watching Beavis and Butthead, too?
That'd probably be
Depends on
reruns.
if I was.
Like, is that... Okay, I was going to say, you can't blame your
would
kids.
Would that make me a bad dad
like,
if they were?
When were your kids born?
My oldest in 96.
Okay, so if they were watching Ren and Stimpy, you were watching. It wasn't your kids watching Ren and Stimpy.
I was raising them right.
Right, yeah.
It came out in 91.
This was
the first
like,
time.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this was like Sesame Street, except different.
Yeah.
No, I
we
did
learned
love
different, valuable lessons.
And listen, I have great respect. What's funny is I'm not a big South Park guy.
Yeah, I mean,
In hindsight, I am.
Yeah, it just it wasn't I didn't find it as funny, but I loved Beavis and Butthead. I thought like,
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, but that was
highbrow
the first,
humor.
though. You never forget your first.
That's highbrow humor.
Yeah, well, when that first hit, there had never been anything like that on TV.
What a show!
And everybody knew those guys. Everybody was like, I know that dude.
Okay, I've got a complaint, and it's about Twitter.com or X.com. Which, if you still type in Twitter.com, I'm pretty sure it goes to X.com.
Yeah, he paid off the Google folks.
Help me understand this. They posted a thing yesterday that was like,
who's they?
X. Elon.
So the people did.
Elon did this.
All right.
Okay.
Block is changing soon. If your posts are set to public, accounts you have blocked will be able to view them, but they will not be able to engage.
Oh, I love this.
Why?
Because I
don't want the people who I've blocked to see my life.
But they can't fire back.
No, see
they're forcing them to watch.
No, you have a move for that already.
What's that?
It's mute. Mute is such a powerful tool on Twitter because you can say something and people can scream into oblivion and I'll never know. I'll never know what you're screaming at me.
There's that, or you just don't go. You just don't open it.
That's true. I mean, and you're of an age where I feel like you can get away with that.
No, I can't.
I still have to try. Like, it's still my way to connect.
I'm wired in. I can't.
Okay, then don't act like you're not.
No, I'm not acting like it.
You
but
are.
I'm just
saying
saying,
we could just
well,
don't
no,
open
to
it.
those that have the initial like, oh my God, I can't believe that Snorkel Face said that to me. Just don't go back.
Trust me.
At that point, just don't go back.
There will be a time where I don't work in media anymore, and the day that I retire from sports radio or like I retire from working, I'm not going to have any social media.
I think
done.
we say that, and I've often thought, you know what, if I could just, but I think our brains are wired now for that connectivity, that need to bring in. Once you're in it, you're in it. I don't think you'll ever be able to turn it off.
No, we grew up without it.
Well,
I know, but he's saying now you're here.
I think we're wired in, man.
Are you on
I do.
social media? What are you on? You're
Just
on Facebook.
Just on Facebook and
Facebook's
TikTok,
enough,
that's
man.
it.
Facebook's enough.
Facebook's
and Instagram also, but not really.
It's still
see,
the
Facebook
biggest.
is the one I've gotten away from.
Well, see, Facebook's still the biggest. I mean, it's still the largest out there.
You know
for
what
a
I hate
reason.
about Facebook? On Twitter, all the terrible people. There's a lot of terrible people on Twitter. There's a lot of terrible people out there.
They're not giving us their best.
They're saying bad things about me. It's terrible. But they're there. They exist. Yeah. No, but they're all nameless, faceless people. It's Bobby12496.
Yeah.
On Facebook, when people say terrible things, it's like, oh,
gosh, that's my neighbor.
That's my aunt.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, you know, over the years, here's the good news though. I've culled myself of those. I mean, over the last 6 years, there's not too many people that are not of my mind, like mind. You know, if I see somebody say something outlandish, even somebody I know very well, it's goodbye. I don't have enough time for it, and I don't really want to know you're crazy. So you go be crazy with other people, and when I see, I'll act like and actually know that I don't know something that maybe I'm glad I don't know. If that makes sense.
I think like my problem is when I block people.
Oh, I block you.
I typically block people because A, they make something personal that didn't need to be personal.
Right.
It'll be like you say something about a football game that happened. It'd be like, oh man, the Cowboys really blew it against the Lions, and the guy would be like, your wife's a whore. Oh,
well, yeah, that's like
okay.
gone.
I don't want to associate
Ever.
with you.
Yeah, and the problem with our line of work is I say yes to everybody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, and then you have to prove.
Well,
you
that's
do
the other thing about
stupid.
Facebook.
Goodbye.
If you see me, I have to see you. I don't want that.
Well, I mean, you can. Yeah, there's workarounds, but I'm not Facebook centric, but certainly I am part of that. And I think that's the reason that most of us, I think after a little bit, you're kind of in it. You might say, I'll never do it again, but very secretly on the couch in between Candy Crushes and whatever Googles, you're checking your Insta. You're kind of going through it.
Until I moved here, my Instagram was private. And, like, the only people who were on my Instagram were people I knew.
That's how I began.
And then they were like, oh, well, we really like you to open it up.
Yeah, or start your own. And if I'd have known better way back when, I'd have started a separate.
So
I would have
now,
started
like,
one and I didn't do it.
I'm exposing my family to strangers, which is never comfortable because, again, people on the internet are terrible.
Yeah.
But, again, once I find out you're terrible, I'm going to block you.
So over the
years.
years.
But now you're telling me I can block someone and they can still look in my house? That's crazy.
Well, then you mute. You go to
But they're still seeing it. I don't want them to know anything. These are unstable people.
Well, they're unstable.
They're unstable.
Well, as am I. So
yeah, but I blocked you, and now you're still able to see my stuff.
No, you just accepted my latest catfish. I know what that is? I like the picture I chose. You seem to appreciate.
I don't understand it. I don't understand.
Speaking of
who this, and people are like, well, it's for free speech, and Elon is so pro free speech.
Well, it's his business model.
But
he has to be.
But listen, I'm for free speech. I'm also for freedom to not hear somebody's BS and freedom to only speak who I want to speak to. I don't want to speak to people I've blocked. I hate those people.
But they have the right to keep talking.
I hate them. Yeah, but let them talk to oblivion.
Well, they are.
But why do they get to see my speech?
They see, they don't hear.
That's freedom of seeing. That's what I don't like.
There's a whole new
there's
venue of law.
nothing in the Constitution.
No, that we don't have the freedom of seeing.
Freedom of hearing.
Although there is some freedom of seeing. There's freedom from seeing. You have the freedom from seeing things.
Yeah. And you know what? I granted it every time I blocked someone, and now they're giving it back.
To see everything.
You shouldn't see everything. There's classified docs.
There's lots of things.
When I block you, it should be classified. That's a classified Twitter profile.
You
But
ever
Elon's just like, welcome back.
Yeah.
Well, on Facebook or Insta, you block somebody, and then like 6 months later, a friend request.
No.
And then they realize that you blocked them or dropped them.
No, you know what I got all the time, though? When I was doing radio in Houston, it was like, can you ask AJ to unblock me? My co-host would be like, hey, so-and-so is asking if you'll unblock him. It's like, no.
This is.
If I block, I don't, first of all, once I block, I don't block anyone I know. So I don't know you.
Right.
And if I blocked you, you gave me a good reason to block you.
You may not remember, but
but
you're blocked.
What am I going to do? If some dude randomly in the street walked up and kicked me in the balls, I would not be around that person anymore. And then if that said, hey, will you give me one more chance to be around you?
Legitimately good reason.
No. There's never a good reason. There's no good reason.
Done something that once you found out.
If my balls were on fire and they had like a fire dampening blanket on their foot,
and then
maybe.
you realized that this was for your own good. You needed to wear it home.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I want Elon to reconsider. Elon, if you're listening today.
Well, he's such a stable cat.
And
I'm sure he'll make the correct decision.
I know we've got a lot of new listeners. Our ratings are very, very high. Very high. Much higher. Much higher than what you'll hear on the afternoon. Much higher. And our audience, much more educated. Much more. So I know Elon might be listening. If you are listening, Elon.
He's not educated.
Reconsider. I mean, he did create like rockets that can fly away and land.
I mean, that's the good thing. It's what I'm saying. You don't have to have a degree to be what Elon is.
Our listeners are very brilliant, much more brilliant than Joe and Jason. Their listeners are dumbs. They're poor. They're bad. They're very bad.
Just because they're poor.
Yeah. But us, so I know Elon might listen. If you do, Elon, reconsider this block thing. Let blocked people be blocked for a reason.
Well, my advice to you and Elon is let a lion be a lion and work around it.
Oh no! Just don't go on it.
The problem is
the Elon lion for being the
lion. My biggest problem is if I don't block you, I'm going to become a bad guy and I'm going to cuss people out. I try not to cuss people out on the internet, even though, like, in real life, if someone is an a-hole to me, I'm just an a-hole right back. Like, right. I'm not a turn the other cheek person.
Okay, so I want you to stop right there and realize what I just told you. He's a lion. He wants you to fight. That's the plan. The intent is to keep you in the building. So whatever they can do to keep, they're not doing things to make it easier for you on life. They want you to fight. They want you to have people looking in your window. That's the plan. That's Elon's plan. Don't blame a lion for being a lion. Just plan accordingly.
Great.
Jeez, just don't go on it.
That's what I'm saying. His job is to keep you there as long as possible till you're swinging fists and searching somebody out. Your job is to go, this is stupid.
Essentially, every time I've been in trouble in my life, every time I've been to jail, it's for doing stuff that lions do.
I'm just saying, understand.
There you have it.
That there are lions in life, and they're going to either get themselves killed because they're lions, or they're going to eat you if you're not adequately prepared. But they're always going to be a lion.
Lions in human society are dangerous.
Ravenous people. Ravenous people are the worst people to be around, but the easiest to understand. And he's a ravenous person. He will eat everything around him, so act accordingly. Feed him some garbage. Feed him some poison, but he's going to eat it.
All right. Well, he's got me suckered. All right. When we come back, it looks like Devontae Adams is going to play.
Well, they're working on hand signals at home. He and Aaron are bunkies now. They're best friends. They both have the favorite dinosaur, funtivities, and practices, all including.
I know what they're working on. They're working on move that toe.
No, I'm not insinuating that at all. I'm just talking
wiggle
about
your toe.
This feels like Step
Wiggle your
Brothers.
toe, Tay.
Did we just become best friends?
Well, they are roommates.
You want to stay over? Hey, Ma!
We'll talk about that next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are in good shape as you head out and about this early morning. No major incidents going on. Minor accident on the south side at Zarzamora at 410. That's on the frontage road. Looks like that's in the clearing stages. They did pick up the road work at 35 southbound at 482 to Schertz Parkway, northeast side of town. Ongoing road work continues. I-10 upper level, westbound Frio Street on over to Fulton, where that's got the roadway reduced to just one lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Jerry Jones debacle just won't go away. We're going to talk to somebody that knows Jerry Jones very well.
And he certainly knows what mad Jerry Jones is like. Wade Phillips will join us at 2:35.
Danny Cannell here to talk about Texas and Georgia.
Plus John McClain at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656-PURE Connecticut.
Get huge savings during the fall sales event at Ancira Nissan on IH-10 West. At Ancira Nissan, lease this 2025 Sentra S for just $218 per month for 36 months. Or this 24 Rogue SV for just $258 per month for 36 months. Stop in or check us out at AnciraNissanSA.com. The fall sales event at Ancira Nissan on IH-10 West between Wurzbach and Heidner.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. A letter in your mailbox says you could save money bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. You saw it after your teenager backed the car into the mailbox. Dumb news. A new mailbox, basically a box on a stick, costs up to $400. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and go with paperless mail instead. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BODY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BODY to 42424. That's BODY to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
The current federal government is actually going $1 trillion deeper in debt every 100 days. That's why thousands are turning to Goldco, a top-rated gold company, to diversify their savings with time-tested safe haven assets, physical gold and silver. Right now, not only is Goldco offering a free gold and silver kit, but on qualified purchases, they'll give you up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver. Call 855-838-GOLD. That's 855-838-GOLD. Performance may vary. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
It's homecoming for the UTSA Roadrunners. This Saturday, be at the Alamo Dome as the Roadrunners host Florida Atlantic in their homecoming family weekend game presented by UT Health San Antonio. It's also their Salute to Healthcare game where healthcare workers can get buy one, get one tickets. Tickets starting at just $21. It's the UTSA Roadrunners hosting FAU this Saturday in the Dome. Visit GoUTSA.com to secure your tickets now. UTSA football. It's more than a game. It's an experience.
Here's your chance to own Texas coastal property for your vacations and rental income. Hi, I'm Jason with Eden Development. We're excited to invite you to our exclusive one-day land sale this Saturday, October 19th, to discover coastal luxury RV sites or turnkey tiny homes. Yours for as little as $59.9. That's right, $59.9. These exclusive properties offer a resort-style pool, lazy river, community clubhouse, fishing pier, boat storage, private lake access, pickleball courts, and much more. Located minutes from the stunning beaches of Rockport and Port Aransas, these sites are perfect for family vacations or as a lucrative rental investment. This land sale is one day only. This Saturday, October 19th, by appointment only. Call now, 361-520-2380. That's 361-520-2380. Excellent financing options. Call now to schedule your private showing. 361-520-2380. That's 361-520-2380.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-230-2777. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-230-2777, 800-230-2777, or biglou.com.
This is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
What a new song we got here. Where'd you come up with this one, Vic?
Track 9.
Damn, man. You pulled this one out. This is out of the. This is a deep cut. So Davante Adams, Tay-Tay, as they call him, is going to play on Sunday. Apparently.
Hey Tay, how do you like your eggs?
It's kind of weird they are living together. That's odd.
Well, I'm not going to go too far, but it's interesting. They're practicing together. They're licking frogs, and
what are you insinuating, Vic?
I'm not insinuating anything. I think it's kind of
nothing.
I think it's actually kind of cool that they're hanging around talking football and being dudes and playing together. Why not?
Davante Adams said, "It's been a roller coaster for sure. It's a weird thing to say that I'm happy, but obviously it was time for a change." Why is it a weird thing to say he's happy? Like, I mean, if you got out of a place you weren't happy, and I really think Davante Adams didn't want to seem like a malcontent with the Raiders. He didn't want to come off as the bad guy with the Raiders, and I think he probably did about as good of a job as he could have.
Well, remember the Receiver series on Netflix? He was a malcontent. He wasn't happy.
Yeah,
everybody knew it.
And they're watching game film of themselves from 10 years ago.
This whole thing, again, it sounds like this is like the stepbrothers who have found each other.
It's very odd.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
And I got news. What happens when this starts going wrong?
Oh, it's going to go wrong.
And of course,
this isn't going to work out in the end. They're not going to kiss and go off into the sunset with a trophy. It ain't going to happen.
And it's one thing to be like, well, Jets. Davante Adams is not going to be any good now because he's on the Jets, and the Jets fan is like, oh, I thought Davante was good, and now he's on the Jets, and you're just a Jets hater. No, if Davante Adams had been traded to the Carolina Panthers, I wouldn't feel positively about it either.
Now, let's say over the next couple of weeks, this offensive line finds something. Health.
3 new guys?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
They find something. They managed to get Reddick in the building.
Okay.
This defense gets even better. And it's a good defense. Not a great defense, but a good one that gets a little bit better.
Okay.
And they start to put a couple of wins together.
Yeah, I mean, you're asking for like a whole, like, what if that happens with the Cowboys? What if the Cowboys' offensive line suddenly turns into a juggernaut? Like,
but
come on.
The difference is, well, there isn't no difference.
It's an absurd thought. You can't do that.
Okay, I'm trying here.
You can't do it.
There's no way this works out.
And the other thing is, even if all of that stuff is great, you still have a middling quarterback.
Yes.
You really and that's the thing that nobody wants to admit. No Jets fan wants to say, man, because the narrative was the last 2 or 3 years, we are a quarterback away from being a contender. And look at our roster. Look, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Brees. Look at all these great players. If we can ever if we can upgrade from Zach Wilson, and then last year they got Aaron Rodgers, the excitement was out of control, and then he's out after the first drive, and it's, oh, this is why we sucked. Now you have Aaron Rodgers, and now there's no excuse. Now it's, we got to build more stuff up around him. The offensive line's not good enough. The defense isn't good enough. No, dude. You hitched your wagon to the wrong guy. You thought you found the guy that was the quarterback you've been waiting for. Cleveland thought the same thing. They were wrong.
Well, okay.
You can be wrong.
But Aaron doesn't have to be Aaron of 10 years ago for the Jets to have a bit of success.
No.
So what bothers me about this is I think it was so painfully evident as to who Aaron Rodgers was or is in the game on the other night. I mean, he threw for nearly 300, was still a very knowledgeable presence in the pocket. He made the right move. Now, the ball might not have gotten there or might have been aired out, but for the most part, it looked like he was making the right throw. So he's still adequate enough to get them where they want to go. I don't think Aaron needs to be great. My worry is he's sitting watching game film of him when he was Aaron Rodgers. What are you watching 10 years? You better be watching last week's film, because the ball you watched him throw you 10 years ago, he can't do that anymore.
I'll make that throw and you just be there. you just be 60 yards downfield. I'll hit you on a line.
I'm not going to rope you 25 yards downfield.
And next thing you know, you see Aaron Rodgers with his sunken in skeleton face going, I had Devontae run to the red line and he didn't run. He didn't go. And then
Devontae's going to be running that deep route and turn around and hear the whistle blown, because Aaron's going to be on his back, for one thing. That's the one worry I have. Is because I feel like Aaron has deluded Nathaniel Hackett into seeing the same thing, into thinking the Aaron Rodgers he's coaching and putting plays together is the Aaron of 10 years ago that could do things physically that he can't do.
Well, this isn't the biggest controversy for the Jets. There's an even bigger one breaking out, and it could spell disaster for the entire franchise. We'll talk about that next. The Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy goes one-on-one with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
You invited Dak and Coop over to the house. What mama cooked?
She never disappoints.
Well, what was the meal? We're really curious.
Well, she had the local pizza, salads, pasta dish chicken.
Mike McCarthy's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings at 6:45 and 9. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star.
This season, get premium tech that inspires joy. The XPS 16 from Dell Technologies with Intel Core Ultra processors help unlock AI possibilities. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Attention sports card and TCG fans. House of Cards and Collectibles is having a huge 10th anniversary sale on Saturday, October 26th. Thousands of unsorted sports cards will be on sale, along with discounted card supplies. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, and Lorcana will also be sale priced. Bring the kids for the costume contest. Take pictures with Pikachu and free door prizes every hour. Remember, Saturday, October 26th. Doors open at 12 noon. House of Cards and Collectibles at 2105 Vance Jackson. See you there.
It's football season, and Uber Eats is dropping undefeated deals on all your game day favorites like Little Caesars. This week, buy one Ultimate Supreme and get an extra most bestest pepperoni pizza free from Little Caesars, only on Uber Eats. Craving even more? We've got you covered with game day deals on burgers, tacos, wings, and more all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms, taxes, and fees apply. See app for details.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Fall Sale and get 30% off paints and stains from October 11th through the 21st. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at Metamucil.com.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from one Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Ink Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. They say I transformed the quarterback position. The fastest ever, the strongest arm, the most rushing yards. They call me a game changer. I say BetUS.com changed the sports betting game. It started 30 years ago with the industry's biggest bonuses, and they haven't stopped. This football season, get a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Join me at BetUS Online Sportsbook and Casino, BetUS, where the game begins.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Cancer claims our loved ones every day. When the Byer family lost company founder Perry Byer to cancer, they established Byer Cares. And this October, during Cancer Awareness Month, Byer Boys will donate a portion of all service fees to the American Cancer Society. Please join us in our fundraising goal by visiting BuyerCaresFoundation.com. There's a can in cancer, because together, we can beat it.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You know what the real issue is in New York right now? The people on the streets are talking about?
The word on the street?
Yeah. They're talking about Fireman Ed.
Oh, the Jets fan.
Yeah.
Well, didn't he retire? Like, I'm no longer going to games, and then he relented
2012,
and came back.
when the butt fumble happened, he said, I'm done.
Yeah.
And then 3 years later, he came back.
Wimp. Quitter.
And now he's saying he's frustrated with the team because he's getting less screen time during home games. They're not putting me on the screen anymore.
Well, at least he's got his priorities.
I think this is part of what's wrong with the culture of the Jets.
That they're not enough, less of you, more of me.
Yeah, and of course other Jets fans are like, dude, you're an a-hole fan in a fireman hat. Like,
so who interviewed this clown?
No, he posted on his Instagram page.
Oh, he's feeling left out.
Yeah.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah. Talk about entitlement. Like, I think I should be on the big screen more.
I think he's destined for the big time. Maybe he should go find another local football team to back, like Fordham. Maybe he should be the Fordham dude. They might appreciate his.
I think they would.
His allegiance and fandom.
He was on the McAfee show last week talking about them firing Robert Saleh.
So they had Fireman Ed on McAfee.
Yeah,
and he's bitching because he's not getting enough. What was
he's
last
a big
week?
star now. He was on McAfee. But on Monday after the Bills loss, he said that it's evident he's being phased out of video board celebrations, and he says that the Jets production team is behind it. I've been getting a lot of emails and texts from fans about the Jet experience in the stadium with the big screens. Last night in particular, although on the Denver game was also an effect, last night in particular, the Jets scored a touchdown, and normally as a tradition, we're always put on the screen.
Who's we? Him and his hat?
Him, his hat, and the people around him who,
help him in his celebration.
See him. He called it a tradition.
Like none other.
And said that other super fans are featured on the boards. He says, I don't know exactly what's going on, but they're phasing us out. I'd like to know if somebody knows anything. Please let me know, because it's evident that it's happening, and it needs to stop because we need home field advantage. That's what we have, and we need to keep it going. Something's going on, so please let me know if you know something.
It's Aaron.
Ed, I've got to tell you, people don't like you.
Well, it's Aaron.
I don't like you. I don't like anything about you. I don't even know if you're a real fireman.
Them's fighting words, AJ.
Yeah, prove it. But like,
Them's fighting words.
what happens if a fire breaks out on Sunday? Where are you at?
He's out trying to get some screen time, evidently.
Yeah, we're about screen time. A real fireman would fight the fires in the dark.
My advice to him is wear something funny.
Yeah, well,
if you come naked, we put you on.
Dude, I've got a fireman hat already. What do you want from me?
Paint yourself in a unique and an interesting way. We'll put you on.
I agree. All right. Come back. We'll talk about the latest with Bill Belichick and the Cowboys rumors starting to get hot. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are in good shape as you head out and about this early morning. No major incidents going on. Minor accident on the south side at Zarzamora at 410. That's on the frontage road. Looks like that's in the clearing stages. They did pick up the road work at 35 southbound and 482 to Schertz Parkway, northeast side of town. Ongoing road work continues, I-10 upper level, westbound Frio Street on over to Fulton, where that's got the roadway reduced to just one lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
The Halloween parties at the Roo Pub have become legendary. Plan now for the biggest and best Halloween party in San Antonio, Friday, October 25th. Kick off the party weekend at the 11th annual Halloween party with DJs inside the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. No cover charge and a $1,000 costume contest at midnight. This is the Halloween party you don't want to miss. Friday, October 25th, the Halloween party of the year. We'll see you at the Roo and wear a costume.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
What did Axel do? He threw a microphone at someone?
Yeah, he's been doing it for like 30 years, throwing his mic into the audience, and he finally smacked somebody in Australia, hit him in the face.
I've changed my routine at the end of the show. Instead of throwing a microphone, I'm going to throw brass instruments.
No.
I love my audience. Here's the French horn.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex, breathe, use as directed.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesome, TIX.com.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station when you buy a Connecticut water softener. A free drinking water system installed at your kitchen sink with the cleanest, best tasting water you've ever had. Better for your coffee maker, better for cooking, better for everything. Free with the purchase of a Connecticut water softener, but only for a limited time.
Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy.
And is the last water softener you'll ever own. Right now, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking water station when you buy a Connecticut water softener. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call us at 656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
At Frost, some of our services sound too good to be true. Like the largest ATM network in Texas. Early payday, so direct deposits made to personal checking accounts are available up to 2 days earlier. Having a real live banker to talk to 24/7. Or that time a Frost banker gave a San Antonio restaurant her personal debit card number after a customer's card was mistakenly declined at his business dinner. True story. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2. At T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
With 24 monthly bill credits, eligible trade-in on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits and credit stop and balance on required finance agreement too. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Major League Baseball playoffs continue. Last night, the Los Angeles Dodgers dispatched the Mets 8-0 to take a 2-1 series lead. Today, the Yankees look to take a series 3-0 as they're shifting to Cleveland. First pitch at 4:08. Tonight, Thursday Night Football, as the Saints welcome the Broncos and Sean Payton home. You can catch the game live right here starting at 6:30. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bill Belichick is apparently at a coaching crossroads.
Yeah.
He is now got another factor to weigh into his decision on if he's going to coach again. And obviously, the Jets and the Cowboys are the 2 teams that he's been most linked to this season. I don't think he's going to ever coach the Jets. I think the fact that while the Jets had a job opening and he came out and said, yeah, I don't particularly like the Jets or their ownership, that tells me he ain't going to ever work for the Jets.
Well, I've always never say never.
You're right.
Everything's for sale. But
well,
I
okay.
agree with you.
Okay.
He won't.
Never say never.
He won't.
Maybe he'll come to Dallas and Jerry will give up personnel decision making.
I think if you're going possibilities, there's hell freezing over and Jerry giving up possibilities right behind there. But right in that little space, I think there's more space today than there was on Friday.
Oh, I think you're probably right.
But I think the one thing that Belichick is running into now is his Q rating, people aware of what he was, diminishes every day he's away.
You think?
I do. I think when you look at the coaches that are now getting hired, the coaches that the successful coaches.
The McVay model is what you're talking about.
Yeah, the McVay model is new and different. And when you think Belichick, you think process-driven, captained by the greatest. Until we can – I don't think there's a lot of greatness attached to Belichick the further he's getting away from it because the narrative will, change the moment Brady won a Super Bowl in Tampa.
Somebody will give him a chance.
Well, yeah, but I think his opportunities are dropping. There's going to be beggars can't be choosers, and it might only be the Jets and the Cowboys. And while
I think Bill Belichick is he's going to go down as the greatest NFL coach of all time. I don't think he'd be a top 10 coach in today's NFL.
It's the Pop syndrome we're running into now. I mean, yeah, we all agree he's the greatest.
The game's passing him by a little. But apparently, he's still with his young girlfriend, Jordan Hudson.
Forget about that.
Think about this. I want to put it in perspective. How old is Jack's girlfriend?
She is 25, I believe, 26.
And how old is your father?
He is 85.
So 60-year difference.
What's the difference with him? 40?
73 and 75 and 23.
God bless him.
52-year difference.
Oh. God bless him.
So it's pretty close to that age gap.
Yeah.
So can you imagine, like, your dad dating?
God bless him. You know, man.
Hey, you know what? Go dad.
I'm not going to pass.
This would be like your dad. This would be like your dad dating a 34-year-old woman.
That would be nuts.
Here's your 25-year-old mom.
But as long as I look over at my dad, he looks
happy.
Right? You looking happy? All right.
I'm sure she loves you for you, Dad.
Sure, you know what? Whether it's the money or you,
she wants the house.
I'm going to be watching the money. You watch the other stuff.
I'm not going to lie. It grosses me out. I don't like it, but hey, if he's happy, good for him. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Wait till you reach that age. It won't be nearly as disgusting.
No, you're probably right,
brother.
You're probably right. But I don't think I'd even shoot the shot at a 23-year-old when I'm in my 70s.
I told you I was out someplace, and you got to be real careful when you're my age. The way you used to flirt, you can't flirt anymore.
No. Why not?
You just can't.
Well, there's got to be you got to expound on this.
You don't want to be the creepy old man.
Oh, okay.
We're already all
You don't want to be the lech.
We're already creepy.
And you're not trying to be. But there's things that you could say as a 40-year-old man that as a 55-year-old man you can no longer say.
But when you reach 70, now you're an old man.
You can say whatever the hell
you want. And you can say what you want. And it's always cute. He says old people things.
I think that's fading into the
past. Like Jerry. Look what Jerry did this week.
I know.
But I don't think that, the idea that you can grow old and say anything you want because, well, he's just old, he can say that. That was a thing that used to be. I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Okay.
I don't. You just can't be that anymore.
Well, apparently there is a rumor that the Cowboys' job would be Belichick's to turn down.
Do you believe that right there? Because I do.
I think I do too.
I think Jerry turned a corner.
But I also think that hiring Bill Belichick comes with at least giving up some control.
Oh, I think, but not all of it. And Belichick would have to understand that there would be certain things about being a Cowboy that involved the circus and the media that you're not going to like. That's not going away.
I would also argue that if the Cowboys offered him a job, it would give him leverage to take a job that's more suited for him, which means not a job that's in like the top spotlight.
Now here's where,
like him coaching the Saints would be a preferable job at this point. I think so,
but then again, Jerry is at the very least the best salesman I've ever been around.
Okay,
and even I'm talking about in any orbit, in any place. If Jerry wants Belichick to come to Dallas, Jerry will he talked Parcells into coming to Dallas.
That's true.
I think if he decided, hey man, I'm done. There are weeks I might be in Monaco from now on. There are weeks that I might not be here, but I'm going to hand this over to my trusted Belichick. I know ain't going to screw anything up, and as my son takes over this more and more, I'll put it in the hands of a guy that I know can steer a boat for, at least take us someplace without too much worry.
Now, as it becomes closer and closer to these two are apparently getting more and more serious, and there are rumors that maybe they could be looking to get married. Bill Belichick and this gal.
Well, if I'm interviewing for a job, it always helps to prove you have a stable home life.
Yeah.
You married? Yeah, I am.
Well, it also appears that he wants her to be happy with any decision he is meant to make on any offers he's given. And on the other side, she knows that he's happiest when he's coaching
and making money.
And she wants him she wants him to be happy. She wants you to he wants to be with her all the time. She's saying, look at your options, see what's out there for next season. You'll be on the road 9 weeks out of the year, and I can probably get some young D.
So the best thing for our relationship is for you to pick up 100-hour
and
week
go
job.
make more money.
The best thing
and
that
make
we
more
can
money
do for
that
each
way,
other is for you to disappear 8 months a year. And if you did that, I know I'll be a lot happier, and I'm assuming you'll be a lot happier.
And you'll have more money, and then things will be cool.
Again, you know what, brother, if you're happy, if she does things for you that you haven't had done before, whatever those might be, more power to you.
This thing,
take it home. Whatever that is.
The swirl.
If she finishes with a swirl, and you've always wanted that swirl to be finished with, work 80 hours a week, man. I'm all for it. Man. Mind your money. Mind your money.
Money does.
Make sure the chicken doesn't run, but everything else, go have some fun, man.
Gosh. You know, it'd be the best case scenario. What would really crank up the NFL soap opera is Bill Belichick takes a job, he goes on the road, and then it comes out that she's cheating on him with Tom Brady.
A man can dream. Man,
what can you imagine?
Well, you know, you mean the minority owner of the Los Angeles Raiders, that Tom Brady?
The Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm sorry.
Or what about Garoppolo? Maybe.
Oh, Garoppolo. Oh.
Yeah, Mr. Handsome.
Wow. You could get that. Oh, like Tom Brady's ugly.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're saying
legitimately.
And also, this gal ain't in it for the looks.
Well, I do want to say.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
But it does bring us to, and I think a lot of us have been reticent to begin the conversation, but it's coming, as who's next. I mean, the conversation is imminent. Like, who are the imminent candidates to replace McCarthy and staff? And it's coming. We haven't begun that.
Coach Prime.
But that's not, dude. He's on the list.
That's crazy. If he's on the list,
I told you.
What do you mean that's crazy?
That's crazy. Yesterday. Yeah.
He's on the list. Trust me.
That's insane. That's insane.
That's right, buddy.
I'm just saying that we've been holding off for what the imminent conversation is. We know it's. I mean, I can't imagine a scenario now where it's not imminent, that McCarthy's not going to be the coach. And the fact that the Belichick rumors are already kind of floating around out there, and if the girlfriend's happy that he's going back to work, he might be willing. I never question timing, and I think the timing seems to be rather appropriate.
Dude, there's some names where they're going to be out there, and I think that Prime is one of them.
Sadly, or maybe.
You know what name I've heard several times mentioned is Jason Garrett again.
The clapper?
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen crazier, but he'd be low on the list. I've seen crazier. It wouldn't be that outlandish. He is part of the family.
Yeah. I mean,
I see it.
I wouldn't. Every possibility is possible. I mean, Romo wouldn't be. If Romo got interviewed, I'd go, well, that makes sense.
Now, I will say this. If you can go get the Lions OC, Ben Johnson, or you can get Bobby Slowick from the Texans, go. But I think outside of those guys, and I just can't. It's hard for me to picture Jerry going with like a young upstart,
he won't.
Hot bleep coach.
Well, he did with Garrett. So to say he won't is kind of out there.
Well,
he did do it with Garrett.
Who was the youngest so far?
But even Garrett, like stylistically, is not old or is not young. He's
not
still
anymore.
Like he runs an old school.
But what I'm saying is, back in the day, even though he was in house, he was the hot young candidate. He was.
Yeah.
If he didn't hire him, somebody else was going to get him, and he had to get him in midseason and get rid of it. You know, the opportunity arose. But I think once he had signed Garrett to pay him more as the offensive coordinator than the guest today on the Blitz, by the way.
Who's the guest today on the Blitz?
Did they say that Phillips, Wade Phillips?
Oh, Wade Phillips?
The moment
he's gonna be on the...
Yeah, I think he's going to be on the Blitz today as they're talking about his relationship with Jerry.
Yeah,
and remember, Wade got fired mid-season, and we asked him about this in the past, And he said, the moment I found out that Garrett was getting paid more than me, I knew my job was done.
Oh, yeah.
So I get the sense that pay does matter and friendship matters with him. So Jerry has hired the young, hot candidate. He's done it in the past. But I think I get the sense that
maybe he'll hire Wade.
Well, I think
you can get him on the cheap.
You know what? You know what?
I got to work for nothing.
Again, crazier things have happened. But I do think if Jerry's going to phase out, if Jerry's going to say, okay, I'm about to transition and put my boy in charge.
Belichick makes sense.
He's going to bring in a guy like Belichick. And if he thinks he's going to be around a little bit longer and pull the strings, then I do think the hot young candidate with a lot of money would be out of the Texans.
Maybe Lincoln Riley or...
I think given the situation, something that would rectify his quarterback situation and fix or at least fine-tune Dak, whoever that guy is, because he's in on Dak. That's the guy.
He's stuck.
So whoever comes in either fixes Dak or drives the massive boat that is the Cowboys. And I think whoever that might be will tell us how long Jerry will be around.
All right. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the current college football playoff predictions. See what could change this weekend. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
I hope you woke up this morning, stepped into a Connecticut water-softened shower, and started your day the correct way. If that was you, carry on. You are doing things as appropriate. My brother and I would say you are already buttoned up. If you don't have yourself a Connecticut, if you're working underneath another water softener, or you just don't even have one, listen really closely. Right now, first of all, I'm going to talk about getting a water softener. If you go buy a Connecticut today or now, they've got a great offer getting you this reverse osmosis by the sink water process, which is awesome. You never have to buy another water bottle. But I don't want you to forget, if you don't have a Connecticut and you want one, you want to try it and get the very best, the 90-day free of charge is still in play. If you call 656-PURE today, they'll come out and put a Connecticut in your home for 90 days and not ask you for a penny, just to let you find out what I'm talking about. But when you go ahead and buy it, when you buy the Connecticut, above and beyond the 90 days of it already being in your house, and you're going to buy it on the 90th day anyway, they're going to throw in this awesome reverse osmosis water system on your sink, so you don't have to not buy any more bottled water. I don't know about you, my kids are on me about no more bottled water. We live on a well. Bottled water was just part of our life for a long, long time until I put a Connecticut in, and now that's not an issue. We use our cans, we use our bottles, we use all that, and we don't, my kid's happy, and the water tastes great. So know that the 90 days is in play. To get that, 656-PURE is the number, 656-7873. The website's ConnecticutSA.com. Sing it while you type it. You remember it. But know this, 90 days without any hesitation. Call that. You'll get it in there. But once you buy it, I know you will, you're going to get the great warranty and everything that goes along with it. But it's the reverse osmosis water system that's the kicker, that you don't pass up on this. So Connecticut, your friends have them. You should go ahead and call them. Call Connecticut today. Get what I'm talking about in your home today. And I know you're going to be coming by thanking me later.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
Cool front coming in.
What does that mean? It's going to drop down to 93?
No, it's going to be in the 70s.
Really?
50s for lows. It's called a backdoor cold front.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I want to know details on that.
Well, I mean, if it's backdoor, maybe you want it cold. Or maybe you don't. I don't know.
I don't know if we're thinking the same thing here.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. I had an advantage. My legs were a weapon. 6,109 rushing yards, still unbeaten records. That's why I bet at BetUS.com. They offer American sports bettors an advantage. The industry's biggest bonus, a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And get expert picks and predictions on their very own BetUS TV. Take advantage. Join me online at BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. BetUS, where the game begins.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas, open to the public 7 days a week with a country club feel. It's football season, so book your tee times early at golfclubtexas.com and stick around and watch the games. Make Golf Club of Texas your football headquarters where you can watch every game. They'll even stay open until the end of every NFL game, including Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights. Get into the Tin Cup Bar at the Golf Club of Texas, Highway 90 at Briggs Ranch Road. Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Here's your chance to own Texas coastal property for your vacations and rental income. Hi, I'm Jason with Eden Development. We're excited to invite you to our exclusive one-day land sale this Saturday, October 19th, to discover coastal luxury RV sites or turnkey tiny homes. Yours for as little as $59.9. That's right, $59.9. These exclusive properties offer a resort-style pool, lazy river, community clubhouse, fishing pier, boat storage, private lake access, pickleball courts, and much more. Located minutes from the stunning beaches of Rockport and Port Aransas, these sites are perfect for family vacations or as a lucrative rental investment. This land sale is one day only. This Saturday, October 19th, by appointment only. Call now, 361-520-2380. That's 361-520-2380. Excellent financing options. Call now to schedule your private showing. 361-520-2380. That's 361-520-2380.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
911, what's your emergency?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In San Antonio, 5 domestic violence calls happen every hour.
The time to end domestic violence in our community is now.
Step out of violence.
You are not alone.
Call 211 for help. Call 911 if it's an emergency.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 3:50. The Aggies take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
College football in the spotlight this weekend as Texas and Georgia get together. And, you know, Rob said yesterday, Rob, you were wrong.
Oh, man,
you
was
said,
I ever?
Rob said, I don't think it's going to move off this 3.5. It's going to stay right here at 3.5. And sure enough, this is the crazy thing. There was a 20-minute window yesterday because I've got a service where I can track where the odds are by the minute. And there was a 20-minute window where the line went from Texas minus 3.5 to Texas minus 5.5.
Tell me you didn't buy something Georgia right then. Tell me you didn't just thought, well, that's worth 50 right there.
I didn't. I got
lob that grenade in there?
I got no Georgia. Now, to be fair, the only 4 is a pretty key number. 4.5, 5, 5.5. Those are not important numbers. The next time
6.5,
6, 7. Those are important numbers. But so it didn't go through a bunch of big numbers, but the fact that much money came in on a Wednesday afternoon, all at the same time.
Only 2 schools move lines like this, Notre Dame and Texas. There's the only 2 schools where you see something like that in the middle of a week.
But understand this, that when moves like this happen in you're right, on a Saturday morning,
somebody dumps some money in.
Texas fan is going to show up at the window and they're going to bet. Notre Dame fan, Ohio State fan,
but on Wednesday,
that is professional.
What you call it? Square money versus
sharp money.
Square money is my money.
Yeah, guys who bet $100,
right?
And they're like, I just want some action on game day. That can move the number, no doubt.
But it'd be a lot of us.
It's got to take a lot,
right?
It's the guys. Wednesday is the day where, and there's a reason why they wait until Wednesday, because on Tuesday the limits are much lower. Wednesday is when limits start to open up at casinos.
Because they have more knowledge about what's coming.
Yeah, they feel like we've shaped the line how we want to. Because you can bet college football games, and I do this all the time.
Futures,
because I don't bet thousands of dollars per game. So for me, when lines open up on Sunday, if I can get $500 down, I'm gonna get $500 down on a number I think is wrong. Because I know if I wait until Wednesday,
the Sharks will find it.
It's going to already be fixed. Right. The wrong number is already going to be fixed. Wednesday, though, the limits, you can probably get down
so in
20K.
This 20 minutes, do you view this money coming in on Texas, is it sharp money or is it arrogant Texas money?
It's some professional betting
oil
money.
Dude rolling in with $500,000. Like, you don't think it's that?
No, it's betting syndicates. It's people who... this is what they do for a living, and they purposely waited until Wednesday to crack this number.
Well, they see Texas big.
They do. And now it got to 5.5, and it got pushed back.
Because I would have been, if I'd have seen that, you have to.
Yeah, it got pushed back to 5 pretty quickly, and now it's hovering at 5.
Once it hit 4, there'd have been money going.
But Jeff Benson, the guy at Circa, was like, they asked him, they said, do you think that was, do you think it was a coincidence, or what kind of money do you think? He's like, dude, recreational gambling money on Wednesday won't move a line of the game of the week. Won't move that line 2 points.
Well, this is a little bit bigger.
Money.
This is the game of the week of the year. We circled this game in March. We knew when the day it was published. We thought, here we go. That will be, like the Christmas Day is the ceremonial beginning of the NBA, even though they've been playing for a couple of months. I think we all looked at this weekend like this is the beginning of the chase. Everything else was the past is prologue. I mean, we know what it was going to mean something. What's happened matters. But truly this weekend, as they say on the farm, it's nut cutting time. Somebody going to leave without their nuts.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I think there might have been some money waiting on that too. Like, here we go.
Which, by the way, this game could really put Georgia's back against the wall.
Oh, yeah. If they lose bad, if they lose ugly, I'll tell you, it's over. Because if they lose ugly, it's over.
I've more and more come to the realization that there's not going to be 5 SEC teams in.
No.
It ain't going to happen.
Because of the Ole Miss stumbling really matters.
Yeah.
But Ole Miss, their exodus, or what I assume will be their exodus, matters. And I get the sense that Tennessee has kind of been exposed. So I think that there's been 2 spots that have opened up nationally because – now, it doesn't mean that A&M can't fill it because I think they're the one candidate that can fill the gap that Alabama might leave, Georgia might leave.
Yeah.
They probably won't, but I get the sense that those others –
I mean, it's open to them. They certainly have the schedule that would say it is.
But I don't think the sheer volume we thought was coming is coming.
I think LSU has that same chance, really, because they haven't lost an SEC game.
They win their games.
Yet.
They beat A&M like they very likely could, and they've got a couple other big ones. They could be sitting in the same seat that A&M's aimed at. So I do think that they're going to fill one of those voids, but not completely. So I do think it opened the door maybe to another Big Ten team. And I think the ACC has kind of shown to be better than we expected over the last couple of weeks. Big 12 is a mess. They're only a one-team entry.
But if Georgia loses this game, and yeah, it feels like Ole Miss is out, but Georgia at Ole Miss is not going to be a cakewalk.
No, I agree. And I'm looking at this as now Lane Kiffin's been exposed. I've seen this so many times that he wins and he wins and he wins until he doesn't. And then the wheels fall off.
No, I'm with you, but Ole Miss sitting at 5-2, their remaining schedule, if they beat Oklahoma, they beat Georgia, they're going to be back in the discussion. But yeah, if Georgia loses this game, they're no longer a lock to even be in the playoff.
AJ, if it's if it's what the numbers telling me, and I think the numbers are looking at this, like this could easily be 2 touchdowns. It could easily be out of hand because they can't run the ball. And if they get behind it and they start having to wing it, the speed of Texas is going to run away. If it happens like that and they lose either collapsing like they did against Bama or they get beat ugly, they're done.
Yeah.
They're done. They'll be gone, kind of like good riddance, kind of done. They might not deserve it, but they'll be done.
The current playoff projection, Texas 1, Oregon 2, the Big Ten, the presumed Big Ten winner. Mm-hmm. They've got one of the best wins of the season, beating Ohio State. Miami 3, still unbeaten, somehow. And BYU 4, which I swear BYU's in the conversation for most phony unbeaten team.
Well, the Big 12's a mess. I mean,
they're winning.
I can't imagine they're going to be there in the end, but we'll see.
Iowa State unbeaten as well. The 5-12 matchup, they have Penn State and Iowa State.
So 2 teams from the Big 12 already.
2 teams already, yep. Mm-hmm. 8-9, they have Alabama Clemson.
I get it.
6-11, they have Ohio State LSU.
So they have LSU, that inside track spot, taking the A&M spot. Okay.
And 7-10, they have Georgia Boise.
So, okay.
First 4 out of the playoff, it says Tennessee, Notre Dame, Kansas State, Indiana. Next 4 out, Texas A&M, Illinois, Ole Miss, Pittsburgh. And I still think Army and Navy where they're at.
Yeah, I think there's some of the non-usual suspects that I think are going to be playing a role in this.
I know that, listen, Boise is going to play a much tougher schedule than either Army or Navy. But if Army beats Notre Dame,
well,
is Notre Dame good enough for you to say, like, that can't happen?
No, I think ask Northern Illinois. It's eminently possible, but it ain't going to happen.
If Army beats Notre Dame and Army's unbeaten,
they're in.
You cannot put Boise State in over Army. Like, the people will not stand for it.
It won't happen. If they beat Notre Dame, they're in.
Yeah,
and they will get plenty of votes. There'll be no hesitation.
I think so, too. But, yeah, I do find it interesting.
And I'll take it one step further. That quarterback will be a Heisman candidate.
He should be. Bryson Daly. He's a Texas boy. I didn't know that.
You're kidding me, really?
No, I think he is.
He's going to owe us all the money he makes after college. He has to send it back to Texas.
I don't think so. I think if you go to Army, you're okay.
I'll forgive that.
I don't even know where this is. He's from Abernathy, Texas.
Oh, sounds good.
That's a made-up place, I think.
The backstory on this Heisman run, Abernathy, Texas?
He played for the Abernathy Antelopes.
Oh, man, the story writes itself.
I'll tell you exactly where Abernathy is.
Please tell me he's playing 6-man.
Abernathy is, you should know this, Rob. It is, where Plainview, Texas is? Plainview,
that's Lubbock. That's that's God's country up there.
Plainview's between Lubbock and Amarillo.
Yes.
Right. Abernathy's between Lubbock and Plainview. So it's about a quarter way between Lubbock and there's, that's a part of the world where there's nothing but windmills.
Oh, you stand out in a field in Abernathy and you can see the back of your head.
Abernathy does have a Dairy Queen.
Oh, there you go. Do they have a Walmart?
Let me tell you, this
no,
story
they do. They've got a Dollar General.
Oh, well, close enough.
No Walmart, but they've got a Dollar General.
Those are everywhere.
So that's that tells you what kind of town this is.
And was it 6-man football?
I don't think so.
Right?
It might have been.
Well, they had some girls sign up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they ran out of people.
But that's a whole political thing. We can't get into that.
Let's see. Abernathy High School football is No, they pull.
The antelopes.
The antelopes. Let's see what region they're in.
Like 1A or 2A.
They were in 3A in
so
2019. So this is 12-man or
This is a
11-man
town of
football. Yeah,
size.
this is.
They've grown since my day.
Well, they got a Dairy Queen.
Got them a DQ and a Dollar G.
That's
DQ
what I
and a
like
DG.
about Texas.
They're balling.
Bryson Daly was a 3A third team All-State in 2019. So there you go.
And he would only practice after he had done all the roping.
Abernathy Antelopes.
And all the cleaning.
What a player. If you haven't watched Army play and haven't seen this Bryson Daly kid.
He looks like the quarterback that should be playing for Army. So I want them to go undefeated and beat Notre Dame, not because my deep distaste for Domers, but for my pro-America
stance, yeah.
Pro-Army. In a time like this, Army can unite us.
They can.
They can unite us.
And that would require beating Navy. I'm sorry, Vic.
Squids.
Come
I'm sorry.
on, man.
You've had your time.
Well, we find,
Navy's
you know what,
pretty
for
good
the
too.
longest time, as an Air Force guy, going to Army, Navy, I've always felt left out.
Well, you should be this year.
And then, I'm going with Minix, who's a very proud Navy vet.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to back either.
Yeah,
the Commander's Cup normally lands in Colorado Springs anyway. But now we got an Army guy. We got AJ the year that Navy might be in trouble, playing the Heisman candidate.
Yeah.
It's in Washington this year.
And we'll be there.
We will be front and center.
We will be.
And to have a game that matters,
too, right?
that really, they're playing for their lives. By this point, if they win, they're in.
Oh, yeah.
See, I don't like the idea of it being cold, but it is going to be cold.
Right, it's going to be snowing.
We've had snow.
Ice, right?
In Baltimore, we had snow. In Philly, we had snow. In New York, we had wonderful weather. We had mid-50s. You never know.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
This is Joseph says, first Coastal Carolina, now UTEP. I need to stop listening to AJ's betting takes.
We told you. Did UTEP do something good?
UTEP won.
What?
They won 30-21.
Well, our bad.
I said don't bet on that game.
I
said everything in me says I should, but I'm not going to.
I would have leaned the other way. So, and I think we probably sounded like we were leaning the other way. I had zero expectations of a win.
I did lose a bet yesterday, though. I lost the bet on Sam Houston. I'm so mad at them. This game, it was a tight game at halftime, and then in the second half, Sam Houston came out with a different quarterback, and the guy that they brought out, he stunk. They scored 0 points in the second half. 0.0.
And did you ever find out why he didn't?
They never said. They were like, maybe he's injured. The dude wasn't injured. He jogged off the field at halftime. Like, what are we doing? Robbery. There's
more to this story.
There's more to the story. Yeah. I want to know it. All right. When we come back, I want to dig into this NBA Top 100 list. Although I think we're getting the top 10 today, so it's not quite the top 100. It's 11 through 100. But the guy who matters is in the 11 through 100 range. We'll talk about that next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Hey, we're almost there. The football weekend is on us, and man, oh man, do you have a slate of games on Saturday to prepare for. You better head over to Tri-County today to make sure you get everything you need to up your grilling game on a weekend that deserves the very best. You're going to have games going on all 9 hours or so. You might as well have your snacks and meats prepared appropriately. That means smoking some and grilling others. And that's what Tri-County's got for you this week. And throw some steaks in the fridge and get them ready for a late evening snack after you watch that Texas-Georgia game. Maybe you're waiting for Tennessee and Alabama to go at it. Either way, make sure the food's appropriate. Maybe some poppers early. Get yourself a picanha to put on the grill later for some steak. Or maybe you want one of those thick porterhouses they got waiting on you. Or maybe a tomahawk is worthy for a number 1 versus number 3 battle that we got coming up on Saturday. A great meal starts with great meat over at Tri-County, either on Huebner, out on Ralph Fair. Get the good meat you want, but don't leave without doing a little bit of shopping. Grab one of those house rubs that you're only going to find there. Or maybe it's the sticks you need to alter the flavor of that chicken you're picking up, and don't go without filling that bag for 5 for $30. Best deal in San Antonio. Go prove it to yourself. Head over to either Tri-County, put a bag full of meat on the grill, and I know you're going to be thanking me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Your commute definitely starting to fill in. We've got accidents on Loop 410 southbound San Pedro. That one has 2 right lanes blocked, about a 10-minute delay. Stop and go from Vance Jackson. New trouble spot on Loop 410 southbound at Ingram. This wreck is in the right lane. 17-minute delay has you slow from Military Drive. I-10 upper level westbound Frio Street to Fulton. That's some ongoing road works. Got the roadway reduced to 1 lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Smoky Moe's Texas Barbecue, the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, is now taking orders for Thanksgiving smoked turkeys and holiday parties. Hurry, their whole smoked turkeys sell out every year. Order a freshly smoked, perfectly seasoned turkey and add their delicious side dishes for your best Thanksgiving dinner ever. Having a holiday party? Let Smoky Moe's bring the food. Choose from their classic Texas barbecue to their special holiday catering menu. Order now at SmokyMoe'sBBQ.com or call a Smoky Moe's near you. Smoky Moe's, the pit is lit.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
The Halloween parties at the Roo Pub have become legendary. Plan now for the biggest and best Halloween party in San Antonio, Friday, October 25th. Kick off the party weekend at the 11th annual Halloween party with DJs inside the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. No cover charge and a $1,000 costume contest at midnight. This is the Halloween party you don't want to miss. Friday, October 25th, the Halloween party of the year. We'll see you at the Roo and wear a costume.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as, bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
Oh,
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Jerry Jones debacle just won't go away. We're going to talk to somebody that knows Jerry Jones very well.
And he certainly knows what Mad Jerry Jones is like. Wade Phillips will join us at 2:35.
Danny Cannell here to talk about Texas and Georgia.
Plus John McClain at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The NFL is on. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, I got to give away some tickets.
Okay.
You got some music for me here, Vic?
This should truly be set aside for those that are fans of this band.
That's right.
Because I think they're growing their brand.
They are. The story so far, they're playing the Techport, the Boeing Center at Techport.
Because I
can already tell this is like in the stylings of Blink 182.
That's what I was going to say. This puts me in the mind of... Is there somebody in this band that used to be in another band that we would know? Maybe that's the case here. This sounds very much like mid-'90s rock to me.
Yeah, this is one of their biggest songs back, I think, 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
Oh.
I thought it would be older.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So, okay. The band, when I was just hearing them, there's a band called Newfound Glory that's of that same,
genre,
pop-punk ilk.
Right.
The name of their band, the story so far, is a Newfound Glory song.
So it might be a former singer.
Highly...
Are they a tribute band?
No. Nope, they're just highly influenced by.
Well, if you name your band after a song.
Yeah.
That's highly influenced.
Okay. So if you want to go see the story so far.
Actually, they sounded pretty good.
Yeah. At the Techport Center at...
a great venue, too.
The Boeing Center at Techport. December 7th, friends.
It's a day that will live in infamy.
Oh, what a day.
Isn't it? Isn't that Pearl Harbor Day?
Yeah.
You can win tickets by being caller number 3.
Ooh.
Caller number 3. The story so far you will hear. Let's see. Oh, yeah. 111 says, technically Army should have the best team every year with the NIL they have. Yeah, their NIL comes with strings attached that some of the other ones don't. It's
That's a little bit of a commitment.
Yeah, some guys don't. They're not into that.
6-year deal.
A lot of the best football players aren't looking for that.
But you get room and board.
It's true.
I mean,
that's true.
Give you a place to live and clothes. Live in fabulous locations.
All right. Oh my gosh! Since the show started, the top 10 has come out. Look at us, Rob. What a time to be alive.
What a time! You're talking about the very best in the NBA world. We know who's 11.
We do. We'll get to that though. I'm going to give you the listing of the San Antonio Spurs, and the first one pops up at number 99.
Number 99, the bullet would be, I would give it to Stephen Castle, our brand new San Antonio Spurs.
I'm afraid not.
Probably Keldon Johnson, our longtime and maybe soon-to-be ex-Spurs.
Let me give you a hint.
Not even him.
His rank last year was 76.
That's Devin Vassell has fallen.
It's Christopher Paul.
Oh, wait, I'm not. I guess he's a Spur.
He's a Spur.
And not until Tuesday.
No, he's on the team. He's one of us.
Okay, so he came in at 99. Respect.
Beyond him,
the Devin's got to be in the mid-50s.
Well, I'll give you some of the highlights. A guy that I think we both like, 95, was Jalen Suggs.
Yeah, he's growing.
Let's see. Andrew Wiggins at 90. Does it feel about right?
There's a lot of guys that are just like Andrew Wiggins, so why not? Okay.
I know you like Marcus Smart.
I do, but he's set. I mean, he's on his way out.
Number 83 on the list.
Best on-ball defender for a decade in the league.
Jaden McDaniels, number 77 on the list. maybe a bit of a surprise.
Well, he's surrounded. You know what? Because there's no pressure on him. You know, he's a phenomenal athlete, and he's not even the best athlete on his team.
Number 71, Klay Thompson of the Dallas Mavericks.
Also on his way out.
Number 70, who do you think's had a bigger drop from last year's rankings, Klay Thompson or Bradley Beal?
Well,
they're
how
number
far could
71
Beal
and 70.
go?
So where do you think they were? Who do you think was ranked higher last year?
Because
Klay or
last year
Bradley?
the expectations were Beal was finally free and would run with the big dogs in Phoenix, and he couldn't get out of his own way. So I imagine he fell a long way.
He went from 37 to 70. Klay went from 41 to 71. Jalen Green of the Rockets is 69. Nice.
Well, he's the players we've mentioned. There are some that are obviously headed one direction. Others, like McDaniels, headed right now. He is at a crux point because Jalen Green is as good as Jalen Green could be. Being Jalen Green, he's going to have to decide: am I going to be a star or am I going to be Jalen Green?
I'll tell you a guy who's on the way up. Number 68, Brandon Miller of the Hornets.
Guy's got bounce.
Yeah, he'll be higher than 68 next year. Number. Who's worth mentioning? Number 56, Derek Lively. You talked about him the other day with the Mavericks. He was not ranked on the list last year, so that's a hell of a jump.
Coming out party in playoffs, he's a natural fit for that offense.
Alperen Şengün of the Rockets, number 54.
This guy's about to shock the world by how much he's going to get paid.
53, R.J. Barrett. There was a lot of talk about R.J. Barrett on Twitter over the weekend because apparently he had some male prostitute calling him out for owing him a bunch of money.
Oh, well, sorry.
Yeah.
Pay your bills, RJ.
I hate when that happens. Number 52, Franz Wagner.
Is he the good Wagner or the bad Wagner?
That's the good Wagner.
That's the good Wagner?
Seems low for me.
I thought his name was Wagner.
It's Wagner.
Oh.
Come on, man.
After the Euros this year, respect, man.
We do Wagner. Let's see.
The Wagners look good in the Olympics. I'm both of them are good. One's better.
I got through the top 50. I tried to switch to the 51 through 11. Oh, here
so we haven't come across a
spur.
Spur. Are we rising toward, or are we already gone past?
We haven't talked about any other Spurs. You got to be patient, though.
Well, that's good. The longer I wait.
Number 50 is LaMelo Ball. Number, let's get to.
So of the top 100 players, LaMelo Ball is Mendoza.
Yes.
All right.
Here's a former Spur, DeMar DeRozan, 45.
Boy, he's going to have fun this year.
A former Spur, DeJounte Murray, 43.
I'm not sure DeJounte ever has fun.
Probably not.
He's surly by nature.
Number 41 is James Harden.
Wow. Okay. On a good day, everything coming together, he's number 41. He's better than that, but that doesn't happen very often.
Number 37, Trae Young, down from 27.
Wow. Remember all the Trae talk over the summer?
Out. Yeah.
Are we happy that didn't happen?
I'm happy it didn't happen. I'm so happy it didn't happen. Here's a big riser from number 64 last year to number 34 this year, Rudy Gobert. Didn't have a great year his first year in Minnesota, came back last year, and it worked. And the team got better. Is that too high for you, 34?
Way too high.
Okay.
What? I'm kind of shocked because he's a product of the team is better. But there are times that team was better when he wasn't playing, when he was not in the way. And he's in the offense, he's in the way.
Number 33 was a trade target, apparently, of the Spurs this offseason, Lauri Markkanen.
Well, everybody wanted Lowry.
Chet Holmgren went from 73 to 32 this offseason.
That seems undervalued considering what he's capable of, but okay.
Number 30, Karl Anthony Towns. 29 is Domantas Sabonis, a guy I know we both like. Jimmy Butler is 28, falling down from 12.
Mm-hmm. It's a natural progression of life.
This is one of these guys who, wherever you rank him, you could look really dumb because this guy, if everything works right, this guy could be number 5, and if it doesn't work out, he could be not ranked.
Yeah.
Zion Williamson, number 27.
Oh, man. Please. Please just give us something.
I mean, you agree if Zion had a full healthy year, he could be a top 5 player?
Oh, without doubt. Look at the points per minute that he's
It's
capable of.
insane.
He's the most underutilized because he's never available weapon the league has seen. I mean, for the minutes he's on the court, he's worth more than a point.
26, De'Aaron Fox. 25, Kyrie. 24, Boncaro. 23, Dame Lillard.
Who?
Damian Lillard, still in the league. Actually, down from 14 last year.
He did not have there's not a lot of balls on that court.
I think this is still too high. Former Spur Kawhi Leonard at 22. Yeah. I mean, again, I guess there's a wide range of outcomes if he played a full healthy season, but we know that's not happening. 21, Paul George. 20, John Morant. Tyrese Maxey, 19. Bam Adebayo, 18. Donovan Mitchell, 17. Tyrese Halliburton, 16. So your top 15. Number 15, Devin Booker. Yep. Arrow down from last year. He was 11th last year.
Still top 15. He's in the right place.
Jaylen Brown, 14.
Yes, sir.
Anthony Davis, 13. Jalen Brunson, 12.
Okay.
Victor Wembanyama, 11.
There's some old heads mad at this.
We'll carry this over on the other side, and we'll talk about the top 10. The 10 guys they think are better than Wemby. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Center.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Your commute definitely starting to fill in. We've got accidents on Loop 410 southbound San Pedro. That one has 2 right lanes blocked, about a 10-minute delay. Stop and go from Vance Jackson. New trouble spot on Loop 410 southbound at Ingram. This wreck is in the right lane. 17-minute delay has you slow from Military Drive. I-10 upper level westbound Frio Street to Fulton. That's some ongoing road works. Got the roadway reduced to 1 lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportsstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportsstar.com.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Difficult people are a reality of life. One of the things that makes them difficult is sometimes they are unaware just how difficult they are to be around. Or, sadly enough, they just don't care. Whatever the reason, from time to time, you're going to be around someone who wants to make life difficult for you by their actions or words. There's an Old Testament proverb that says, a hot-tempered person stirs up conflict, but the one who is patient calms a quarrel. For 25 years, I've been indebted to Stephen Covey, whose book, 7 Habits, helped me understand in a practical way the huge difference between reacting and responding. Mature people, he writes, are able to expand the time between stimulus and action. By expanding that time, they are able to respond wisely rather than react in a way that makes matters worse. So, the next time someone intentionally or unintentionally does or says something unkind, take a breath, take your time, think of the big picture, and respond. This is Mark Absher of the MacArthur Park Church of Christ, the MacArthur Park Church of Christ, connecting God and people.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law Fights.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers Weight Loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at forhers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss drugs. With Hers, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss plans online, like compounded GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy, all for as low as $199 a month with a 12-month plan paid up front. Get started at forhers.com/afford today. That's forhers.com/afford.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
The 149th Fighter Wing of the Texas Air National Guard is hiring both full and part-time positions with over 180 different career choices, including cyber, healthcare, communications, avionics, electronics, and more. The Texas Air National Guard offers a variety of ways you can serve. Earn education benefits that would cover tuition towards a bachelor's degree. To learn more, Google the 149th Fighter Wing. That's the 149th Fighter Wing of the Texas Air National Guard.
It's football season, and Uber Eats is dropping undefeated deals on all your game day favorites like Little Caesars. This week, buy one Ultimate Supreme and get an extra most bestest pepperoni pizza free from Little Caesars, only on Uber Eats. Craving even more? We've got you covered with game day deals on burgers, tacos, wings, and more all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms, taxes, and fees apply. See app for details.
What's that? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL, Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Center.
Major League Baseball playoffs continue. Last night, the Los Angeles Dodgers dispatched the Mets 8-0 to take a 2-1 series lead. Today, the Yankees look to take a series 3-0 as they're shifting to Cleveland. First pitch at 4:08. Tonight, Thursday night football, as the Saints welcome the Broncos and Sean Payton home. You can catch the game live right here, starting at 6:30. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, going through ESPN's top 100 list of NBA players coming into the season. We're only 5 days away.
It's here.
4 days away, sorry.
Got a game tonight.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Wemby at number 11. To put it into perspective, last year he was 47, which that's pretty strong considering he hadn't played a game before last season. But this was a unanimous Rookie of the Year, and a deserving unanimous Rookie of the Year. I mean, this season we expect him to only improve. They added him. They finally got him a real point guard,
which is probably the primary reason he's at 11.
And God, I mean, he had 254 blocks last season. I'd say there's like probably a 50-50 chance he finishes top 5 in MVP voting this year.
if the Spurs do what Spurs fans expect, if they're at 40 wins, he's a top 5 MVP.
I think they have to make a play in for him to be in consideration.
Be close. Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, I think 11 is a fair spot. Now, you're going to note that as we went through that list, there were no other Spurs between number 99 and 11. That means Devin Vassell, who was on this list a year ago,
out of sight, out of mind,
is no longer on this list. And now, listen, there are some guys. I mean, guys came to the league. Brandon Miller wasn't on the list last year.
Devin's 104 if he's not 99. We know what he is, but I do think that there is the out of sight, out of mind thing where I think like Karl Anthony Towns got the benefit of being on a very good team and they rose him a little bit, but Devin did not because the team's not very good.
Yeah.
I will say the 11 to me is fair, absolutely. And part of me wants it to be 11, wants it to be more than that because I want everybody else to think what I think about how good he is. But there is the fact, remember when we were coming into the season this year and we talked about C.J. Stroud. Like C.J. Stroud's going to be, the team's going to be better. He probably won't look as good. Just because
it's almost impossible.
Right. So we're putting a lot of weight on a kid a year in, saying you're now the 11th best player in the NBA, and go out and do it 82 times. I mean, there's just a lot of weight and a big ass target. And in my mind, I act like there wouldn't have been a target. This guy's been a target since the moment he stepped on the court.
Yeah,
I mean, he's always been the biggest guy on the court, so that's nothing new. Part of me is I aspire to greatness. I don't want it thrust upon him, but he deserves it. Thrust the greatness upon it and live up to it now. So this is where we are. And the Spurs, this roster is not accustomed to having teams having their games circled. And now we're going to have games circled. Like Wemby's coming to town next Wednesday. Let's make sure we're ready for this. We haven't seen that in a minute. So even if we're better, if not equally talented, we're going to get A games from a lot of teams because Wemby's showing up.
Wemby had the second highest jump of anyone on the list from last year's list.
Who was the highest?
Jalen Williams.
Wow.
Went from 95 to 44.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but that's a 51-spot jump is massive.
Respect.
Wemby's jump was from 47 to 11, so 36.
I'd like to look back and see where Tim landed on his second year. I'd like to look back and see where David landed on his second year because I think both of them had the equal meteoric rise. I mean, when David got here, we turned them around by the biggest turnaround in history, and then we did it again with Tim. So you figure they probably have both landed in the top 15.
Yeah.
And they survived. It's just part of me wants to protect the kid. I don't want him to get beat up every night because he is Wemby. But there's going to be nights when he is the most devastating thing to ever set foot on a basketball court. Yep. We're going to see it in the next couple of months. I'd say before January 1, we'll have at least one, probably two quadruple doubles. I think we'll see a couple of quads go off this year, and he will probably have 2 or 3 of them himself. I mean, that's the game he plays.
J4 asked about Jamal Murray. He was 31 on the list. Kind of a pretty, I think, 14-slot drop from last year.
That's appropriate.
Your top 10. Anthony Edwards, number 10.
Which I'm surprised. Seems low, but the company he keeps, we're talking about millimeters.
Up from number 13 last year. Number 9, Kevin Durant. Down from number 7
and
last
this will
year.
Be his last stop in the top 20.
Number 8, boy, it feels low, but I guess health, attendance is part of the grade. Joel Embiid, number 8.
Mm-hmm. I think that you nailed
it. He was 3rd last year. Mm-hmm. I mean, when he's healthy, I think he is the best player in the NBA. And at least last year, certainly he was.
Like he can.
The fact that this guy has risen in the ranks, LeBron James, number 7, up from number 9 last year.
Now,
consider that.
Well, I am, and it's the same people that are telling me that drafting Bronny was a good idea. That's ridiculous. That this on its merit, when you show me this, it immediately makes me discount the entire list. He isn't better this year than he was last year. He's as good. He might have declined much, but you're not going to come to me and tell me that he has improved.
You know what?
And the value of his game has risen.
I would argue that last year he was better than the year before. Like he improved last year.
That, but that doesn't make him. Yes, LeBron is capable of things that nobody else is, but they're not all coming at the same time anymore. You don't get all 4 holes; you get 2, and every now and then you get 3 of the things that he's good at. It's just not there, and there's no decline, no defaming him.
And he played 71 games last year.
Respect. All of this is worthy, and if you just took his name off and just threw his stats up, he's a top 20 player. But you add LeBron to it, and suddenly he's 7th.
Number 6, Steph Curry, down 1 spot from number 5 last year.
We're respecting our elders on this list.
You certainly are. Number 5 is Jason Tatum. He flip-flopped with Steph Curry. He was number 6 last year, number 5 now. I don't think he's I don't see him as one of the 5 best players in the league. I guess I'm in the minority.
Skill set-wise, he is. But
I
there's
don't even know if it's that.
in my mind. Oh, he can do it all. But there's something neck up that will always be a little soft.
Number 4, up from number 8 last year, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
It's time to prove it.
Yeah.
What were you gonna think?
You don't think he's like a lead dog?
I think he's Paul George.
Okay.
And that's not being negative. I just think he's a great player who doesn't have the personality to inflict it on a consistently, as consistent basis on the other team. He's a gap filler and a winner, which is enough.
He became, this is a random stat, but became the 3rd player in history to average 30 points per game on 50% shooting or better and 2 steals in a season, joining Michael Jordan and Steph Curry.
That is a crazy stat. I mean, when you want to be a winner in the NBA, those are the numbers you look at, and he's the 3rd.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Well, and if you're in a conversation with Michael Jordan and Steph Curry,
oh man, that's nuts. But am I wrong? Am I wrong with him? Is my perception of what
I think? I honestly think he is. The people who are doubters like you.
I'm not a doubter. No, I'm not a doubter. I don't put me there. I think he's a great baller. I just don't think he is of the ilk to go and everybody on my team be damned. I'm going to go do this.
I think that's what's holding him back is he doesn't have to do that because Chet
truth.
Holmgren is so good. Williams is so good. Like their team is so good that it's like he could, if he was on a crappy team, he'd be the scoring title winner. Like
I think so.
He'd win the scoring title, but he's on a good team, so he doesn't have to do that.
Well,
I think he could if things were pressed. I think he could. He's just never been in a position where he's had to do that.
And it's coming. At some point, it's coming. And I want him to pass that test, and once he does, then I'll start putting him at the level with Steph and LeBron and those guys that, I trust if given the opportunity, they will do the best thing that they could do.
And now we get to the section where we talk about the 3 Euros who were, you could probably put in a bag, mix up, and draw them out in any order. Last year, number 3 was number 1, fell 2 spots, Giannis.
Okay, if we're looking at output, why is he remaining so high? I mean, he's kind of leveled off. The Giannis of 3 years ago is the same Giannis we're going to see. The one thing about him is he reached a level which is extraordinary, but when was the last time we saw something new from him? Is there anything new in his bag?
No. But what he has works. He's a very plus defender, over 30 points per game, 11.5 rebounds per game, 6.5 assists, 61% from the field last season.
I'm not arguing with output, but what I am arguing with, and the reason that my concern about him is, his teams have been exited from the playoffs routinely because there's nothing new to him.
Well, remember, he sat and watched them get eliminated last year. He didn't even suit up in the first round.
There's just nothing new to him, though. The great ones show up and you go, oh, man, look what he can do now.
Unfortunately for him, he's a victim of his success now that he's won a title. That's the expectation. And the fact that the last 2 years since then, the Bucks have gone out in the first round.
Come back with a skyhook. Come back with a lethal 3. Come back with a mid-range jumper. Come back with something that you didn't have before to show me that you're trying to get that team someplace they haven't been, and don't just rest on the laurels that you can jump higher and run faster and do things more than anybody else. To me, that's the problem with him maintaining up there. Is he a top 10 player? Yeah, but show me something new to prove to me that you want to be number 1.
And also, I think, they got him the best offensive player he's ever played with in Dame Lillard. Like, he should be. This should be opening up.
Well, maybe the new part of your game is 8 assists. Whatever it is, show me something.
That leaves number 2 and number 1. You have a guess on who's where?
No, it's 1 and 1A. For me, if we're going off of last year, it's the Joker 2 and Luka 1. If we're just going off what I saw, because Luka took a team by himself to the finals.
Luka number 2, up from number 4 last year, won his first scoring title, 34 points per game, 9.2 rebounds, 9.8 assists. I mean, he was phenomenal, and became the first player in league history to lead a single postseason in scoring, rebounds, assists, and steals.
By himself, he took that team to the finals.
And I think the biggest thing that happened for Luka last year was he stopped being a dreadful defender. He went from being a dreadful defender to an average defender.
To a threat of, I might step to you. I'll get that.
And I think that took him from being kind of like, because
he's still a victim. He's still a victim.
He's never going to be an elite defensive player. But if he can be average.
Right. And he's physically capable of it, but that's what galls me about it.
Because Steph Curry's never been a good defender, and he's not capable, really. I don't think physically he's capable.
Yeah, he's got to intercept passes.
But what you don't want to do is be James Harden, where we know you're physically capable of it, but you're just too lazy to do it. And this was a step for Luka.
I agree. That's why I put him at number 1. I think that all of that made him the best player in the world. Not maybe the total skill package. I mean, there's something lacking because Joker's got all of that and defense. But last year, not so much.
Well, Joker at number 1, and I think, you win 3 out of 4 MVP trophies. It's hard to argue.
And now he's got a beard.
Oh, does he?
He's very afraid of
I haven't even seen
Joker.
his beard.
Oh, it's not a good beard.
I guess I've seen the patchy goat. Like, I thought you meant like a big
No, it's all
bushy beard.
It's all he can muster.
Okay. I did like his look last year. I thought you meant he had like a...
No, I wish.
Oh.
Like one of those big Valanciunas beards.
Yeah, imagine that.
I will break you. No, it doesn't look like that.
A James Harden beard?
No.
Or a Coach Ulbrich beard?
No one can have an Ulbrich beard. That they should. If you could come up with that beard, if you could box that and sell it.
Oh, people would pay. People would pay. So there you go. Number 1, Nikola Jokic. And again, it's hard to argue.
Okay, in
guys
5
won
years,
3 out of 4.
Not in the near future. I don't want to put a time frame on it. Of the top 10 we went through, I think roughly half are going to be gone real soon. I think we're going to say goodbye to Steph real soon. We're going to say goodbye to LeBron real soon.
KD.
Kevin Durant's real gone real soon.
Embiid might be before we expect him to be.
There's still some time, some still chicken on that bone, and I say that I think Giannis will still be around, but I think we're about to see a pretty radical transition from who we believe are the top 10 players.
I think so too. I think there's going to be there's certainly going to be a spot for Wemby in the top 10 next year. Look who else is in the outside the top 10.
I think Halliburton's imminent to be there very quickly.
Jalen Brunson jumped from 32 to 12. I don't think he'll ever be in the top 10. Anthony Davis fell out of the top 10. He dropped to 13.
He's still headed south.
Devin Booker sort of backed off, but I could see him getting back. Yeah. I could see Halliburton being in there. Tyrese Maxey is the other guy.
You talked about...
Tyrese Maxey went from 42 to 19. I don't know what his limitations are. I don't know what's going to stop him, but he could certainly take another jump. He's phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And then John Morant, who's at 20.
Welcome back.
He was at 35 a year ago. Who knows what his ceiling is? And I mentioned earlier, I think Zion in a good year could be wherever he wants to be. So yeah, I think there's going to be a youth movement soon. And certainly the Spurs have the guy that's leading the way of that.
And I think when that does occur, that Joker and Luka will kind of dip. I think Anthony Edwards will be the man in this league in the next couple of years, in about 3 years.
You think who will?
Anthony Edwards.
Will be the number 1?
Yeah. I think he's primed because he does the fun stuff.
Yeah. But if you said 3 years from now who's number 1, I would bet on Luka.
It's my
I think
worry
people
with
forget
Luka,
how young he
Yeah,
is.
my
He's
worry
still
with Luka is, does he care enough? And my worry, no, not Luka. My worry for Joker is, does he care enough? My worry for Luka is, can his body continue to do what he's trying to do?
That's true.
Because he's not the physical specimen. His body type, he's never going to be carved out of granite, and he doesn't want to be that. But because he's carrying that extra weight, not consistently in great shape, I do think that he will wear down quicker than most.
I feel seen when you talk about Luka's body.
Well, the good thing about it is he's the guys that play like that, even though they're physically degrade, they don't really lose much on the court because they've been playing from the neck up for a lot longer than most guys.
That's right.
They couldn't get out of a problem by just jumping higher than anybody else. They had to think their way through.
That's how us dad bods get by.
So the difference between a 12-inch vertical and an 8-inch vertical ain't that much.
All right, I got to tell you guys about SA Card House, located at 281 in Bitters, San Antonio's premier card house. Fantastic poker experience, guys. They're open 7 days a week. They're open all day, every day. It's a great atmosphere, great vibe, clean place, good dealers, good people to play with. That's important. If you've been to a poker room, you've been around some not so nice people. They don't tolerate it there at SA Card House. They welcome all skill levels. Fantastic food, by the way. And this weekend, the $15K guaranteed tag team no limit hold'em tournament. It starts at noon. And the way it works, 20 minutes a level through late registration, 30 minutes levels after registration closes, and then you and your teammate combine stacks after registration, and you switch off every 15 minutes. Your partner takes over the stack, then you take over the stack. Who is the best team in San Antonio poker? We're going to find out. I'm excited for this thing. You guys should check it out. Go to sacardhouse.com for all the details, or you can follow them at sacardhouse on all the socials, and I will see you guys at the tables.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Jerry Jones debacle just won't go away. We're going to talk to somebody that knows Jerry Jones very well.
And he certainly knows what mad Jerry Jones is like. Wade Phillips will join us at 2:35.
Danny Cannell here to talk about Texas and Georgia.
Plus John McClain at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
Hello. My name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. Recently, we've all seen advertisements from attorneys here in San Antonio saying their firm does not get paid an attorney fee unless there's a recovery. And maybe you've heard, we don't get paid unless you get paid, or words to that effect. Well, that is what I've been doing for more than 30 years. I honestly did not know that there were attorneys in San Antonio that would represent an injured client and charge a fee if there was no recovery. You see, I practice law with basic principles, one of which is you never need an excuse to do the right thing. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, including a commercial or business vehicle, an 18-wheeler, call me. The phone call and consultation is free. If you hire me, I will not get a fee unless there is a recovery. And this has been true for me and my firm for more than 30 years. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or check out my website, alawyerforus.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Smoky Moe's Texas Barbecue, the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, is now taking orders for Thanksgiving smoked turkeys and holiday parties. Hurry, their whole smoked turkeys sell out every year. Order a freshly smoked, perfectly seasoned turkey and add their delicious side dishes for your best Thanksgiving dinner ever. Having a holiday party? Let Smoky Moe's bring the food. Choose from their classic Texas barbecue to their special holiday catering menu. Order now at SmokyMoe'sBBQ.com or call a Smoky Moe's near you. Smoky Moe's, the pit is lit.
911, what's your emergency?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In San Antonio, 5 domestic violence calls happen every hour.
The time to end domestic violence in our community is now.
Step out of violence.
You are not alone.
Call 211 for help. Call 911 if it's an emergency.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
When you are just craving something salty and packs a crunch, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds is your crunch time decision. Game day just got a whole lot crunchier thanks to the powerhouse snack, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. We're talking about crispy, golden bites of pure awesomeness. Pork rinds are your MVP snack. And get this, they're low carb and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B today.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
I don't know anybody that wears a conference championship shirt around proudly.
It would be a nice change,
Oh,
wouldn't
well, you know, then the storyline for guys like you would be, see, Dak on the biggest stage still can't get it done.
Look, I sit here and I have no reason to lie to you that if Dak Prescott gets this particular Cowboy team to the NFC Championship game, win, lose, or draw, I'm going to give the man some credit.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hey, guys. We got another Texas Rangers replica World Series ring. And we want you to have it. I don't want it. I want you to have it.
Especially a Ranger fan.
Yeah.
One
Are you a fan?
Who would appreciate.
Get me in here. Get me in on the camera, Vic. Come on. Right here. This is for you guys.
Well, let's take it out of the box.
No, it's none of our business.
Yes,
What's
it
in
is.
there?
It's my business. I might decide we don't give it away.
The way it works is you got to be following SA Sports Star on the gram, as the kids would call it.
I'm trying not to ruin the box.
And well, that's what I was trying to do. You're opening it from the bottom. That's for sure going to ruin it.
Open it from the bottom. Do your read.
What? I don't have a read. This is all. This is off the dome, Rob.
Trying to get this open.
I'm pro. If you would like this ring that Rob is butchering right now.
Oh, got it.
Oh, what? Now that you've cut it open, you've sliced it.
Did not cut it open.
Sliced and
you will
diced.
never know that I have been in this.
And everybody will know. Everybody will know.
Oh, it's wrapped in plastic. Oh, no, it comes out
No,
of plastic.
okay. Oh, it's got a little stand that it comes on.
Suitable for framing.
That's nice.
For the people.
You should make an earring out of that, Rob. You'd look good with that as an earring.
I'd hang this around my chest.
You've got to be following SA Sports Star on the gram, and all you got to do is this. You send a direct message to SA Sports Star.
It's made for women.
Oh, is it for tiny finger people?
Tiny pinky ring.
Oh, probably won't fit me at all. My fingers are all mangled.
See, it doesn't even.
Yeah, that ain't going to work for me.
That's a little tiny thing.
But if you are of, normal size fingers, unlike me and Rob, you may enjoy this.
From a distance, it's blingish.
Can you not even tell? Let me see.
It's got some weight to it, some heft.
Look
at that. The pensive.
And then, you think you could take this to the bar and make something happen with it? Is that what you're saying?
You think like the ladies would love it?
You think maybe
you could say you're like a backup catcher?
Yeah, I'm the bullpen catcher. I only catch in the bullpen.
That's the fluffer of the Major League Baseball world.
Only in the bullpen.
I'm the bat boy.
Champs, it says. Oh, and this one's branded for Nathan Eovaldi, number 17.
Oh, we got Eovaldi's. Well, it's real then.
Yeah, this is the real one.
Oh, man, I hope he doesn't miss this thing.
No, he I think we bought it from him. He was behind on his bills, and
so no one would know that we've ever.
What message should we have them send Ryan today?
There's plenty more where that came from.
Let's have him say pretty please. If you just message pretty please to Ryan, who's running the social media accounts here, pretty please to the SA Sports Star Instagram, he'll pick one of you guys and give away this ring, and everyone will be happy.
It'll be
boxed. Don't forget, you missed a piece.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, that's an important piece. Yeah, that goes in there.
It protects the tea.
Don't ruin things. Got to protect it. You don't want the diamonds to be scarred.
It is licked.
I don't think you can lick those. There's COVID rules.
There you go.
Right here. There it is. Right there. Kevin James is going to be at the Majestic Theater. We'll give away tickets to that coming up in the next hour.
I hear
so
Charlie's funny.
Stick around for that. All right. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Thursday night football matchup that's coming up tonight that makes me want to kill myself. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me tell you guys about Carbach. Oh, that's going to be me cracking open a Crawford Bach tonight. That sound you heard, that is the sound of a Crawford Bach popping at my house tonight, watching that. I might need to have 3 or 4 of these Crawford Bachs tonight to watch this game, but I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be drinking that fine Texas beer. And if you're not into a Bach, that's okay. They got IPAs. They've got the Hopadillo, which is kind of their flagship IPA. They've got Rodeo Clown. If you're a real man, I'll put hair on your chest, though, that Rodeo Clown double IPA. And if you're not looking for that, you want something a little smoother, a little easier drinking, well, take a walk on the Love Street. It's a state of mind, a San Antonio state of mind, and it is about as crisp and clean of a beer as you are going to find. Carbach's been around. You guys just haven't been seeing it. It's there. Wherever you're at in HEB, when you go into your liquor store, you're going to see the Carbach there. And most bars and restaurants you go to, they're going to have it on tap. So next time your bartender comes up and says, what'll it be? Ask him to please make it a Carbach.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your morning commute, just cleared a trouble spot on 410 southbound at San Pedro. Loop 410 southbound at Ingram, that wreck is still in the right lane. Stop and go from 151, so about a 10-minute delay. Should take you about 15 minutes along I-10 upper level westbound Frio Street to Fulton. That's due to some ongoing road work that does have the roadway reduced to 1 lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
It's homecoming for the UTSA Roadrunners. This Saturday, be at the Alamo Dome as the Roadrunners host Florida Atlantic in their homecoming family weekend game presented by UT Health San Antonio. It's also their Salute to Healthcare game where healthcare workers can get buy one, get one tickets. Tickets starting at just $21. It's the UTSA Roadrunners hosting FAU this Saturday in the Dome. Visit GoUTSA.com to secure your tickets now. UTSA football. It's more than a game. It's an experience.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-880-6363. That's 1-800-880-6363. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-880-6363. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Testosterone plays a significant role in regulating fat metabolism and distribution in the body. It also helps to reduce serious health risks down the line. I'm Manny with Rock's Discount Vitamins, and we carry the highest quality natural testosterone boosters on the market. It immediately provides you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improves your mood. With 11 San Antonio area locations, find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for all the support.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So you've got an oil change coming up. You can go farther and save on full synthetic with our oil change special. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic with an STP Extended Life oil filter for just $35.99. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
George gets justice.
Hurt in a wreck? Get George. Hit by an 18-wheeler or commercial truck? Get George. Injured at work? Get George. When you're dealing with personal injury, you need to get George because George gets justice. I'm George Salinas, and my San Antonio-based firm has been recognized across the state of Texas and the United States. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 3:50. The Aggies take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Denver Broncos, New Orleans Saints. What a game we've got tonight, friends. What a game. And I say that, I mean, in all sincerity, because you can hear that tonight. The Sean Payton Bowl, Denver Broncos and New Orleans Saints, starts at 6:30 right here on San Antonio Sports Star. 6:30 with the pregame. Presented by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. So I would recommend, honestly, listening to this game on the radio rather than watching it.
Is Peyton working his magic again? Is he creating an NFL quarterback before our eyes? I mean,
I don't know. Here's what I know about the Broncos. This is a crazy stat. The Broncos have scored 9 offensive touchdowns this season. Every one of them is a red zone touchdown, which means they have not created a single explosive touchdown play.
But on the other side of that,
it's just grimy. I mean,
they're scoring in the red zone, which not a lot of teams can say.
9 times in 6 games? I don't know.
It's not a lot. I'm not. But what I am saying is, I looked at Bo Nix 3 years ago as an option veer quarterback, literally, and then he goes from that. He lands in Oregon and picks up a short passing game that doesn't require a lot of physical skill, just a lot of mental acuity. Get the ball quickly to the right guy. And now he lands in Denver, and he is becoming an NFL quarterback under a dude that I've seen do it before, to a different style of quarterback. But Drew Brees was a limited physical guy.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Bo Nix is limited physically, but as far as the gift of throwing the football, he doesn't have. But he's turning this team into one that can win with the abilities that Nix has. It looks like Peyton and this Broncos thing is on its way to working. Now, it's not fully functioning, but if you'd have told me they were capable of doing what they've just done this year, they went into Tampa, right? Who did they go? They went someplace and beat somebody that they should not have beaten.
Denver, they're good. Was it Pittsburgh that they went and won at?
They went into someplace, and Bo Nix didn't lose it, and the team won.
No, they lost to Pittsburgh at home. They went to Tampa and won.
It was the Tampa
and they won at the Jets.
Which, I think that we're watching Peyton, despite his gruffness and all the things that Peyton is, put together a team.
I'm not shocked. I mean, I figured he'd get things figured out. I don't know that it's I mean, in this division especially, I don't know.
Well, I'm not going any further than I had zero expectations for Bo Nix. I thought he was a bridge that Peyton was just going to prop up because that's all he had. But what I'm seeing is this whole attitude about rebuilding a football team, not to fit Bo Nix, but in Sean Payton's idiom. And part of that will be a successful Bo Nix. And I forget about what he did with Taysom. I mean, what he did with a guy that wasn't even a quarterback, and he turned him into at least a viable threat on certain downs. I think the Broncos are one of those young teams that that are about to come into focus. And it won't show immediately, but Nix is a quarterback in this NFL, and he's got a teaching coach that's going to allow him to kind of grow and protect him.
I think you're higher on what you've seen than what I am. I mean, I actually watched this game. Was in the late window last week, the Chargers-Broncos game, and I think if the Chargers really wanted to, they could have shut the Broncos out. Like, it was 23-0 in the fourth quarter.
Was it? I didn't see the game.
The Broncos got a couple late scores and made it look closer than it was.
How did Bo Nix look? Was he accurate? Was he flustered?
He was fairly accurate, but he doesn't throw more than 3 or 4 yards down the field.
Well,
like
that's the
everything's
whole league.
Dink and dunk.
Well, I think that's part of his early success is the lack of risk.
I think one of the good things for him he's got going for him is they let him run a little bit, and he's sneaky athletic.
That was his main attribute at Auburn. As an Aggie, watching him go through those couple of years, he was a threat, but you're exactly right. It was his legs you worried about first, and he was capable of throwing on the run to the extent you had to defend him, but really he was a limited quarterback. And he's so much better than that now. And a lot of it had to do with Oregon in that crew. But what I've seen, at least in the Tampa game, was a quarterback that I'm not worried about making certain throws. There's plays that Peyton can call that I didn't think he could call.
The Saints, first of all, Spencer Rattler had a better day than I would have ever thought he had last week. I credit where it's due. I'm not going to be convinced after one game that Spencer Rattler is suddenly a viable NFL quarterback. I will not believe it until I see it multiple times. And let's face it, Tampa's defense is not very good. This is a good defense they're going against.
I went to a game where I'd beg to differ, but that seems like a year ago.
That was a year ago.
It seems like such a long time ago, but I did see a game where that defense was pretty good.
Now, the Saints are going to not only be without Derek Carr, they've got injuries on the offensive line. And now we find out not only is Chris Olave out, Rashid Shaheed is out. Their top 2 receivers are both out of this game. Oof. I don't know how they move the football.
I don't either. That's why this feels kind of like a Denver Bronco show up and let's carry Sean off the field, and the offense looks good and the defense looks better.
Yuck. I bet this game earlier in the week. I bet it at 37.5. I bet the under, and it feels gross, but I trust Denver's defense, and I don't trust New Orleans' offense. I don't really trust either offense, but I do trust the Denver defense. So, and going up against an offense that shouldn't be explosive, I guess I can trust the Saints defense a little. The Broncos they're playing for these low possession games. The Broncos' ideal game is going to be a 13-10 game. That's their best chance to win. So I think they want that, and I think the Saints don't really have an option here because it's not going to be like last week where they're able to put up a bunch of points and just have a shootout with the Bucs, and they got their asses kicked in that game anyway by the end of it. So I don't know that they probably think that's not that smart.
By the measure, I mean the Tampa being the common opponent, Denver's head and shoulders where they are.
certainly where the Saints are today from a health standpoint, it's not even close. Yeah, I do think Denver's the better team here, but they are on the road. You got to give some credit for that. Do I want to back Bo Nix as a road underdog or a road favorite? Not really.
Not yet, but there is the safety of the offense that he's going to be playing, and Sean Payton isn't going to let him beat him. You know what I mean? Sean Payton is going to put Nix in a situation to lose the game.
And by the way, a week ago, like the look-ahead line on this game was Broncos plus 3.5 at New Orleans.
All right.
Now it's Broncos -3. It feels like if you're buying the Broncos now, you're probably too late to the party.
Do we put Sean Payton on this maybe next year Cowboy list?
No.
No? You sure?
No. I think he's happy there.
Okay.
I mean, I think part of what Sean Payton likes about this situation is it feels like there's not very much pressure, and he's just kind of able to do his thing. And do you think Sean Payton wants to deal with Dak?
Yeah.
I don't.
I do.
See, to me, I think Sean Payton likes quarterbacks that
he can mold into his own,
that are devoid of ego.
Honestly, I think that he would relish the opportunity to coach Dak. Now, he might not relish the opportunity to coach the Cowboys, but
yeah.
I think Dak's one of those guys that still isn't refined yet. As good as he is and the things that he's done, I still think there's some rough edges that could still be molded by a superior quarterback, knowledgeable kind of guy. And I don't think he's ever had the likes of Peyton showing him the way. I think that he would like that, but I'm just throwing the list together. I mean, I'm just getting prepared for what's imminent here in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to make sure I've got a full list for the headhunters as they go searching.
Well, they'll have plenty of time.
No Sean.
To search around. I don't think Sean Payton will be on that list. I don't think it'd be tampering if they did anyway. You think Jerry's going to pay a buyout?
Tampering?
You think Jerry's going to pay a buyout? Please.
Jerry threatened to fire 2 guys that don't even work for him yesterday.
That's true.
So he might find a way to get
tell
the
John Elway, listen, John, I'm not going to take this from you. You're going to give me what I want.
I'll buy the team.
I'm paying you, John. No, wait, no, you're not. Actually, the Broncos are the one team that I don't think Jerry can money whip. That
is the absolute truth.
Sorry.
There's only one group of family that's bigger than him, and that's
sorry,
the
Jerry,
Waltons.
you ain't got that Walmart money. That's a different level. I don't care how much oil you find in the ground. These hillbillies spend more money at Walmart than you've made in your life. That is an unbelievable business model that Walmart's got. No, I have a hard time wanting to back the Broncos as road favorites, but the Saints are this is a busted team. You said earlier in the year, you were kind of in on the Saints. You're like, I think they're better than most people think they are.
When they were healthy.
When they're healthy, I could see it. This is not the Saints. I mean, this is a shell. So, no, I've got no interest in backing the Saints. To me, it's just, if I did bet on this game, the only way I bet on this game is I just think there's going to be no points scored. It's going to be an ugly, grimy, disgusting Thursday night game, and that's what we get.
Wow.
Yeah. But you can listen to it right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
I mean, the grime will come
and
right through the speakers.
Yeah, you'll hear it. I mean, like I said, you'd rather hear it than watch it. You don't want to watch this. It's going to be ugly.
I think we're seeing a Denver team growing into something. I do.
They just got their ass kicked.
No, I'm not saying this year, but I like the fact that 4 weeks in, I feel like Peyton can go, I've got a quarterback that I can win with. Now, I don't know about Super Bowls and playoff games, but right now, I can go get other dudes and start building a football team knowing, well, I got a quarterback not getting paid anything, that even when he's done with this contract ain't going to cost a lot.
What's wild to consider is if they win this game, it'd be a good win for them. Any road win is a good win. If they win this game, next week they're home against the Panthers. They could easily be 5-3. And if you had told me the Broncos would be 5-3 at the halfway mark, I would have thought you were crazy. So the Broncos are clearly exceeding expectations. The problem is the second half schedule is pretty gnarly.
Oh, yeah. They're still accruing picks. But as they grow this team, the first question you have to ask, one that Carolina can't even answer now, is do you have a quarterback that will sustain you over the next 3 years as you go build talent? And right now, if I'm Sean Payton, I'm looking at Bo Nix going, I think I got the dude. I'm comfortable with this guy for 3 years minimum. And when it does come time to pay him, I don't think he's going to cost all that much. And I can build to his strengths in the meantime with all this extra money.
Bo Nix, 1,082 yards, 5 touchdowns, 5 picks, 44 QBR, 27th ranked QBR. He doesn't suck, and there's clearly there's room to grow.
Right now,
you know what?
I can say I'm better off than a lot of teams with rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I mean, you feel better about this. Would I rather have Bo Nix right now or Bryce Young? I'd much rather have Bo Nix. But I don't know if Bo Nix is capable of winning much more than a few games a year in the NFL.
Well,
and,
if you ask me this or that, if it's like Bo Nix or Will Levis, it's obviously Levis. But
the important
and that's young quarterbacks out there.
The other important thing to remember is Bo Nix is 24.
Yeah,
like this is a grown ass man.
Yeah, he's been around the block a few times, and that helps.
Yeah, but it also makes me think that his ceiling might be lower.
Yes, but I'm talking about is you can have him for 3 years. Have a quarterback that he ain't going to win me a lot of games, but he ain't going to lose them either. I can win some football games. I can build around, and maybe I can turn him into a quarterback. I can pay Baker Mayfield money and continue to pay real talent and go win some football games for a long time. That's what I'm talking about with Peyton. I think he sees another Drew Brees, really good and enough.
Ooh.
I remember what Brees was when he first arrived in New Orleans and what he was when he left.
Yeah. And like Sean Payton has the reputation as a quarterback whisperer. This would be a hell of a whispering job.
Yeah, well, this is if hopes and dreams all are realized. I mean, there's a lot of things that have to happen right, but the things have gone far better for Payton than I thought they would the moment he fired Russell Wilson. The moment he threw him out the door and called Hackett an idiot, I thought this guy has lost it. But he was right in both instances. He did the right thing. And I think that laid the groundwork for everybody around him to go, you know what, this guy might be nuts and cantankerous and hard to deal with, but most of the time he's right. So let's listen to him.
I will, and that's the other thing to consider in this game is I imagine Sean Payton wants to go in and make a statement in New Orleans. It's not like they fired him. I don't think they would have ever fired him.
He was happy to leave.
But I think he was like, things are kind of not going the way I want them to here. Now I will say, even though I don't think he should think this way, I don't think Sean Payton wants to embarrass Dennis Allen, but he certainly wants to beat him. That means it ain't going to be like the Lions against the Cowboys.
Define embarrass.
He won't beat Dennis Allen 47-9. How about that?
If he could, he would.
No, I don't think he would.
I don't think he'd be throwing in, with 3 minutes to go. But are you kidding me?
I don't think he'd be throwing to a tackle eligible. I don't think he'd try tackle eligible 4 times.
But he ain't going to turn to the back of the playbook either.
No, I agree. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like if you're not a fan of one of these two teams, and if you are, I'm sorry, that sucks.
Paint dry tonight.
But if you're not a fan of one of these two teams, watch a movie. Maybe consider
Caddo Lake on Max.
Okay.
Strange.
Okay.
Strange.
Caddo Lake?
Mm-hmm. Like our lake, our Caddo Lake over there in East Texas.
Really?
There's evidently a time warp in there.
Oh. I don't like time travel.
It's all kinds of time travel going on in Caddo Lake.
I'm not going to watch that.
Explains a lot of stuff, actually.
I ain't going to watch it. I don't watch it. I don't like time travel stuff. I'll watch that movie, the
Angel
Mickey
Heart.
Rourke, Angel Heart. Watch me a Mickey Rourke movie tonight. Actually, I'll watch this crappy football game until there's 36 points scored, and then I'm out.
Until you can go to the bank.
Yeah, if there's 38 points scored in this game, I'm switching directly to Angel Heart. I'm done.
Well, yeah, that would the problem with 38 points means they're adding time to the game. That means there's added time for extra kickoff, and we don't need any more.
I'm hoping I'm just sitting there in the fourth quarter, and it's like 3-0. And nothing's happening. That's what I'm.
It's
looking
funny
for.
We bring this up. I was looking at this weekend's NFL numbers, and they were down this weekend because no Chiefs, which they're the biggest draw.
Like the ratings numbers.
Yeah, the numbers. No Chiefs, and because the Cowboys were out of it so quickly,
we're like, oh,
ratings were down pretty significantly this week over last, and certainly this week over last year.
This was the best betting weekend for the public. Like for Joe Schmo average better it's an easy way to tell. If the favorites win and cover and if a lot of overs hit, you know that Joe Blow fan betting his $20 a game had a good time. because most bettors think, okay, I want the good team,
right?
And most bettors say, I want to see a lot of points. I think it's gonna be fun, and that's why most pro bettors will tell you take underdogs, take unders. It's not fun, but that's usually what ends up winning.
Right.
This week, it was like every favorite got to the window. I mean, starting with Thursday night last week, the Niners dominated the Seahawks. Texans dominated on the road. Road favorites, too. To have that many road favorites come out, the Texans at the Patriots, Steelers at the Raiders, the Colts at the Titans, who else covered? Oh, the Lions. The Lions dominating the way they did on the road. It just doesn't happen very often. And yeah, it all worked out this week. The Bengals at the Giants even to close it out. And really the Bills at the Jets even. Another road favorite. Road favorites don't normally do that well. They dominated. It was a good weekend.
And, you'd think that'd be good for viewership.
You would think so. But you're right. 47-9 is going to, on arguably the game of the week, what was looked at as the game of the week, that'll turn some people away from their television pretty fast.
Ran from it.
If your job isn't to come in on Monday morning and talk about the Dallas Cowboys game, there wasn't much sense in sticking around for the end of that game. It was pretty well known where that was going.
We just wanted to see if there were any fights.
Oh, yeah, it would have been great.
On just one sideline, not between the two teams.
I think it should have been both.
I wanted to see CD and Dak get into it.
I don't know. You lose 47-9. I don't blame you for starting to fight. Go punch. Do something. Wake your team up.
Remember when Jerry put on that trench coat and start walking downstairs?
That's what he needs to do.
Everybody know I'm down here.
I want him to start poking Mike McCarthy in the chest.
So you run the damn ball.
That's right. Well, and he's like, well, you gave me Zeke Elliott. What am I supposed to do?
You didn't give me your best.
They're not sending their best.
Didn't help.
The best? No, they're not. Ezekiel sounds Venezuelan anyway.
Did you see the loophole closed?
They did, yeah.
The loophole closed.
They need to do that on defensive holding, too, because that's another way you could take advantage of it.
Trying to take strategery out of the game again.
Hour number 4 coming up. Morning Huddle, 94.1.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your morning commute, just cleared a trouble spot on 410 southbound at San Pedro. Loop 410 southbound at Ingram, that wreck is still in the right lane. Stop and go from 151, so about a 10-minute delay. Should take you about 15 minutes along I-10 upper level westbound Frio Street to Fulton. That's due to some ongoing road work that does have the roadway reduced to one lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. They say I transformed the quarterback position. The fastest ever, the strongest arm, the most rushing yards. They call me a game changer. I say BetUS.com changed the sports betting game. It started 30 years ago with the industry's biggest bonuses, and they haven't stopped. This football season, get a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Join me at BetUS Online Sportsbook and Casino, BetUS, where the game begins.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Real estate is out of control. Between guaranteed offer programs and new laws about agent commissions, it's gotten so confusing. Know what's not confusing? Paying someone a low, flat fee to sell your house. And that's where Listing Spark comes in. Listing Spark is Texas' flat fee real estate company. Flat fee selling is sweeping the nation because it's faster and it keeps more money in your pocket. In fact, professional real estate investors have known about it for years. With Listing Spark, you don't have to pay hefty agent commissions, and you don't have to leave leave money on the table. If you have a house worth $400,000, you actually sell it for $400,000 without paying $24,000 in agent commissions. And get this, if you get started today with Listing Spark, you can list with a local brokerage for as low as $395. Contact Listing Spark today to find out how much your home is worth for free. See, it's simple. Call 800-MLS-LIST or go to listingspark.com. That's listingspark.com. Listing Spark. Thousands of Texan homeowners agree. Selling's better with a low flat fee.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Do you want to add more fun to watching NFL games? Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Make sure you go download the Underdog Fantasy app or get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com and start playing the Pick'em game. Love playing Pick'em just about every game I play. Love winning money. You too can as well. Win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats like passing yards, rushing yards, touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, field goals made. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward. Signing up is easy. Just go to the mobile app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR when you get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com.
Is this house a good price compared to others in the area? Are prices going up or down? If I don't make an offer right this very moment, will I miss my chance? These are just some of the questions a home buyer might ask. And these are the sorts of questions an agent who is a realtor can help answer. Because realtors have the expertise, data, and access to specialty training to help you navigate the process of buying a home. They provide support, guidance, and have your back every step of the way. That's what realtors do, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Major League Baseball playoffs continue. Last night, the Los Angeles Dodgers dispatched the Mets 8-0 to take a 2-1 series lead. Today, the Yankees look to take a series 3-0 as they're shifting to Cleveland. First pitch at 4:08. Tonight, Thursday Night Football, as the Saints welcome the Broncos and Sean Payton home. You can catch the game live right here, starting at 6:30. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hello, friends. Morning Huddle as we 1 hour to go. We're in the backstretch of a Thursday.
Did we give away the Kevin James tickets?
We've not.
Oh, okay.
You want to do that now?
No, I wasn't trying to. I couldn't remember if we had or not.
I guess we should do it now.
I've led to believe that giveaways matter.
Giveaways do matter.
Yes, so we should give something away.
I want to give something
value.
away. I'm going to give something away to someone on the Brigade Bar. That's a random decision I just made. I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. Kevin James is going to be playing the Majestic June 13th.
Check your calendars, man.
Yeah. Woo. June 13th.
I think that's about the time I get in to see my dermatologist. How are you on Wednesday, June 13th at 3:30?
We don't.
2025.
Vic might.
I think I'm open.
I think Vic's doc gave him a life expectancy of like June 8th. Yeah, so I don't know if Vic's even going to be alive.
We're going to have to see you before then.
Cutting it close.
Yeah. Vic was like, I want Kevin James tickets. And they were like, well, it's June 13th. He's like, oh, I won't be around for that show.
I can't even plan for that.
My pellets will run out.
Yeah.
I'm just going to.
You got anything in like early February?
In Vic's will, it's going to be, I leave the Kevin James tickets to my son. But win a pair of tickets to see comedian Kevin James. Owls Don't Walk Tour, June 13th at the Majestic. Get your tickets if you don't win them at livenation.com. I'm going to give you some Kevin James trivia. Kevin James trivia. In the American sitcom King of Queens, Kevin James was married to Leah Remini. I want to know what Kevin James's character's name was. Just first name is all I need. Kevin James's character in King of Queens.
It wasn't Kevin?
Was not Kevin. It was not Kevin. So the first person to put that up on the Brigade Bar, you're going to go see Kevin James at the Majestic in June of next year. And it's going to be awesome. All right. Now back to pressing matters, Rob. The San Antonio Spurs. Oh, look at that. Corey already got it. Corey's the winner.
What was his name?
Doug.
Doug?
Doug.
I would have.
It was Doug and Carey.
Yeah, Doug Heffernan.
Heffernan.
Doug and Carey.
Heffernan.
Oh, Carey was so hot.
Yeah,
I mean, way too hot for Doug.
Then she left the
Scientology.
Yeah, she left Scientology.
Yeah. I don't like to downplay anybody's religion. Maybe there's some Scientologist listeners. I don't know. But television makes me think that they are crazy.
Seems a little off, but
Leah Remini is the one who talked. She's really the one who convinced me how crazy they are.
Yeah, she outed everything.
I give her credit. That's a scary thing, dude. Like, to come out and do that show, that was a big balls play.
Especially with, like, Tom Cruise hasn't aged. Something weird going on, man.
Of course not. He's a vampire.
There's something happened.
There's something there.
I don't know, man.
And then they got that they got that one Scientologist, the one that was on that 70s show, Hyde from that 70s show, because he's a raper.
Is he the raper?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
They got his ass, and they were like, he thought they couldn't get him, and they got him, man.
Yeah, you can't run.
You can't run, man.
Run from that.
Hashtag Me Too is even getting the Scientologists.
You're a raper.
No matter how powerful you are, no matter how.
Well, we need Tom Cruise in this world.
Do we?
I need to know. Well, if nothing else, to see him run.
Are you a big Tom Cruise fan?
I'm not. I think he's nuts, but I like his movies.
What's your favorite Tom Cruise movie?
The best. Well, that goes without saying. I mean, it's easy.
Top Gun?
No, gosh, far from it.
Okay.
Let's see. The best one. Which one where he was a bartender?
Cocktail.
Cocktail.
That's the best one?
Oh, far and away. That was when he was really becoming himself. Oh, no, which one was the one where he was the race car driver?
That was Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder.
He was Cole Trickle.
Cole Trickle. See, that's really what he... No, wait. Which is the one where...
Rain Man.
I don't know.
Born
Actually,
on the 4th of July.
I will tell you, the best. The Firm was my favorite movie of his, but
Okay.
I just like the book. But I probably paid good, hard-earned money to see just about every movie he's ever made, like in the theaters.
Really?
Well, think of all the all of the.
Did you watch all the Mission Impossibles?
movies? Every one of them, man. I pay money for explosions and races and stuff. I love that crap.
What about Rain Man?
Rain Man, they got my money for that
Right?
too. I
What
mean,
about-
legitimately, I spent a lot of money on Tom Cruise movies over the years and not waited, you know?
What about Jack Reacher?
Good. I was such a fan of the books, I wasn't happy about his choice.
Have you
But
seen
I
the
will
show?
say the movies are the show is closer to the original to me.
Because he's supposed to be a giant,
Yeah,
right?
giant mean dude, and Cruise didn't fit the
No.
character, but the movies have turned out pretty good. The first one was better than the second one. The second one wasn't bad.
I liked Interview with a Vampire.
Another one. I was an Anne Rice fan, and I didn't think he fit, but good movie.
Yeah.
Well, at least average movie.
And Jerry Maguire. I remember I took a girl on a date to Jerry Maguire. Her name was Melody.
There's a line at the very beginning of Jerry Maguire.
What a gal. The Last Samurai.
Yeah, we were getting, that was a little of a passion project, but yeah, not bad.
What about Valkyrie?
That's when he was a German soldier. Yeah, wasn't he was? Oh, he played the dude that was had to kill himself, right?
Yeah. What was his name?
The German
Colonel,
the tank dude,
Colonel von
Streppen,
von
Stoop,
von Stupenberg,
Or the one with Nicholson.
von Stupid, Colonel von Stupid.
Be real careful. I don't cuss the German. I don't know what words I'm using.
Yeah, A Few Good Men is the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
With
there we
Nicholson.
go.
That
You
is a
can't
good
handle
movie.
the truth.
That was a
Yeah,
good movie.
that was very good.
I like that movie.
See, again, not a fan of the person. Fan of the movies, though.
What about Risky Business?
Oh, hilarious.
Oh, the OG.
Sometimes you got to say what the...
I like Tom Cruise when he was like the when
The
he was
Outsiders?
like when he was a
Another
kid.
good one. See,
Yeah.
again, more hard-earned money, you mind.
I liked him less when they tried
What
to make
about
him into an action
All the
star.
right moves when he was a football player.
I
And
don't-
Leah Thompson was the girlfriend.
I don't like it.
And Coach Dauber, coach from...
I don't like it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
no.
like I don't like Tom Cruise pretending to be a football player or a
bartender, NASCAR
superhero,
driver.
anything that it's like what a big strong man would do. That's why I don't like him in Jack Reacher. I don't like that.
Right, he didn't fit, but the movies were okay.
I don't particularly like the Mission Impossible movies because
I do.
And what's funny is I give him credit because he does his own stunts in those movies.
Yeah.
He runs.
But I'm like, I believe I'd whoop Tom Cruise's ass. Like I really do.
Yeah,
You think Tom Cruise could beat you in a fight?
Isn't he like 4 feet
I
tall?
think
That's
he's
what
a
I'm saying.
vampire. I think he's got powers above and beyond what we can understand.
Well, I know he does.
Yeah, you'll tower over him. You'll just stand over him.
Lestat. I forget his last
The vampire
Lestat
Lestat.
de
Yeah, there you
something. The
Well,
Leoncoeur
it
or
was, man, did you read the Anne Rice books?
Lestat de Leoncoeur.
There we go.
I did not read. I don't. I watch movies, Rob.
You should go read it. You should read the book,
That's
The
what
Vampire
I hear.
Lestat, not Interview with the Vampire. You need to read the book about Lestat.
Oh, he's got his own book.
There was the book Lestat was better than Interview with a Vampire.
Impossible.
It's possible, I tell you.
Impossible.
No way.
Mission impossible.
Yet another.
How did we get to this?
I don't
know, but I'm going to go home and watch me a Tom Cruise movie today.
I like the movie Eyes Wide Shut.
See, well,
Everybody was
well,
wearing
I
those.
like that
They
one
went
for
to
an
that big
entirely
swingers
different reason.
party,
Yeah,
and there was
yeah.
all those boobies, and
That was
everybody's wearing a mask.
That was
Nicole Kidman was, this was prime Nicole. time.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, man.
Yeah, good old days.
That was when Stanley Kubrick was could get actors to do anything.
Stanley Kubrick's one of the best. He I don't know if any all his movies are good.
Every one of them, yeah. Although this one might have been his last.
I think it was.
Coming down to the
Yeah.
end.
I think we can all agree the worst Tom Cruise movie is Magnolia.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't seen it. I don't even know.
Okay, then you're welcome. Now you know.
No, not to watch it.
Between Magnolia and Vanilla Sky.
So I've seen Vanilla Sky.
Awful.
So one
That's
is
with the Spanish actress.
yeah. Bad movies.
That movie.
Those movies suck.
Can you imagine? Well, anyway, yeah.
Here's
Pitch that movie.
Good rule of thumb. Any movie where my wife is like, we should watch this Tom Cruise movie. I'm like, that movie's gonna suck.
Because
chances are good.
She wouldn't pick Mission Impossible.
No. My wife likes rom-coms and like anything that she likes movies that make her cry. You know who else likes that? Which is odd, is my brother. So my brother,
See, I can't do it.
My brother and my wife sit around watching these tearjerker
if
movies.
I know there's crying in it, I won't watch it.
I don't cry. I'm soulless.
Oh, I will weep like a child. Like there's a movie out with Tom Hanks right now that I would like to watch, but everybody tells me the end is so sad. It's like Otto.
The one where he got left on the island?
I'd see no. That one had a happy ending. Except
his wife was banging some dude.
If I know there's sadness and death at the end of the movie,
I saw that Otto movie. It is a depressing ass movie.
Is it? See, no, we're not going to do that. Even though I enjoy it, not going to go down that road.
But I didn't cry. I see why people cried, but I didn't cry.
Shoot, I'll cry at a good commercial.
Oh God, you're just like my wife.
I am, man. I you pair the right song, the right commercial, the right product.
You watch a Disney movie,
crying like a baby,
like Toy Story. You look over at my wife; she's got tears pouring down her face. It's like these are cartoon toys. You realize that they don't talk in real life. They don't have feelings.
Oh no,
these are toys.
You caught up in it.
It's just, I got rid of the toys.
I'm in there, man. That could have been ours. I feel like that little toy dog.
Sometimes I wonder if my emotions are stunted because I don't get emotional about enough things. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish that I had more inside me.
Yeah.
And it goes both ways. I wish I had more joy inside me also. But there's like I feel like I should have more pain inside me too, but it just doesn't. I'm like a black hole.
Just a void.
I am.
I live the Valvano creed. Laugh, cry, little bit every day.
No way. I mean, I like to laugh, but if I cry, like something terrible's happened.
Yeah, normally. But, you know, you need a little pressure valve release. Blow an O-ring if you keep it all in.
You just need to watch more chick flicks.
Yeah, more rom-coms.
Gross.
Yeah,
No.
you just have to.
By myself?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't watch
That's
them,
how
but
you break it.
I know what Joe Reinagel would say about that.
No.
I would go.
You
I'd go toward the Tom Cruise movies.
No, you need to watch the chick flicks at home with the cat on your chest and just petting the cat as you're watching
That's
it.
how I watch horror movies.
Watch that.
That's how I watch football. That's just what I do.
Eating ice
You would
cream.
think as a guy who owns a cat, I would be more sensitive.
Right.
But I'm just not.
You're just not, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think you protest too much.
Well, maybe.
I think you're sitting at home.
Just watch at least one or
watching the
two.
Hallmark Network.
Yeah.
Surprised at the end that they actually do get together.
Yeah.
Weeping at the joy.
I
can't
she
believe
had cancer and he wanted to marry her anyway.
He left his $1 million job to move back to the farm.
And then he got cancer too, and he died before her.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming. Who'd have thought that it would have a happy ending? Dude, that's you. You talk a good game.
Alexander says AJ felt sorry for a cat, so I'm not a black hole.
See,
That's true.
What I'm saying. You talk a good game.
That's
but
true. I
know
did feel
you
bad
well
for
enough.
that cat.
So no.
But you felt sorry. See,
I did.
You have the.
I bet
it there. It's
if you
there.
like, what's the saddest sports movie I've ever watched?
Rudy.
With Brian's song.
Oh, that's pretty. That's a tough one.
Didn't you teared up at Brian's
No,
song?
I didn't tear up at
you
it.
cried. You wept.
You know what movie I did tear up at a little bit, and I don't know why. Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
Tugged at my heartstrings.
See, you're not a soulless.
No,
it's there.
I'm like probably a 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a void.
Nothing wrong.
You're right.
When Rudy made the tackle. At the
I don't
very
care.
end.
No, I wanted him to lose.
Oh, come on.
You play for Notre Dame. I cheer against you.
There was nothing good came out of that movie.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't like that actor.
I don't even like Rudy.
I don't like that actor.
Sean Astin.
Man,
I don't like him, man.
Yeah,
I don't like. He was in the Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah, he was. He was a hobbit.
I don't like him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't like hobbits. We'll go ahead and put that down.
Hairy-footed bastards.
Weird and gross looking.
He was also in Stranger Things, I believe.
He was, yeah. He was the.
But he'd gotten older and pot-bellied by then. He'd aged.
But somehow that dude's got game because he got Winona Ryder.
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then he was like all nice to her kids, and meanwhile they know he's plowing the mom.
Yeah, he just wanted in there.
Dude,
Winona.
He was getting that. Winona's always been hot. Even now, she's like kind of I usually don't like those heroin chic skinny girls, but there's something about her that's sexier. Like Uma Thurman, I'm out. Juliette Lewis, gross.
Oh, yeah.
But Winona,
Yep.
she's got enough curve to her that she'll work for me.
She's a criminal.
I think that's what I like. I like that she's got a dark
wildcat.
side. She even when she was rich, she was like, I shoplift. I need the thrill.
I take stuff.
I need
I
the
don't even
thrill.
need to. I
She's
take
like
it.
shoplifting like
makeup.
Like pocket squares,
Yeah.
gentlemen's pocket squares. Like she's like, they're like, what are you gonna do with that? I don't know.
care.
I just wanted to take it.
Yeah,
Take stuff.
see?
That's kind of hot.
Because I'm Winona.
Like that.
Oh, you know she does stuff.
Winona?
You know she does stuff.
Now, we're talking about which Winona? The Beetlejuice Winona?
Her too.
Huh?
Yeah. She did stuff for sure.
Beetlejuice Winona did.
Like young Winona,
She was
old Winona,
conjuring-
she always does stuff, I bet.
Trying
I
to
bet
place.
so. Like if you could have dated Winona in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
my
Heathers. That's the
God.
movie I'm trying to
Oh,
place.
did stuff.
Oh, yeah. Heathers.
I like Winona.
I love them. Well, anyway.
All right.
I'm about to quote some parts of this movie I shouldn't say.
I would say when we come back, we're going to talk about not sports. But we'll do that some more. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy goes one-on-one with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
You invited Dak and Coop over to the house. What mama cooked?
She never disappoints.
Well, what was the meal? We're really curious.
Well, she had the local pizza, salads, pasta dish, chicken.
Mike McCarthy's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings at 6:45 and 9. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
So, Gigi, you think a woman's place is in the home cooking?
100%. We were not created. We were not born to do the same things.
Do you think that these are conversations that should be had before people get married?
It's such a hard conversation to have in the strip bar, though.
So loud in there.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
George gets justice.
No amount of money can make up for a life-changing injury. I'm George Salinas, and at George Salinas Injury Lawyers, our team of attorneys will fight to get you the maximum compensation because we prepare and we care. So if you've been injured in an accident, get George. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Howdy, Ags. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, inviting you to watch all A&M games at the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. Owned by Chip Ingram, class of 98, the Angry Elephant is known for their liberal cocktails at conservative prices and the best hot dog in Texas. Since 2012, the Angry Elephant's been the place to watch A&M, and this year is no different. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Rue Pub at 281 in Redland Road. The Angry Elephant. Like your bar, love your Aggies. Giggle.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-880-6363. That's 1-800-880-6363. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-880-6363. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Right now, hunters, I hope you're getting everything ready. November the 2nd, South Texas, deer season is on, and you better be getting your leash ready, and there's no better piece of equipment to work out on the leash than a brand new Ewald Kubota RTVX, North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. If you got one, you're doing it right. And the great thing about getting it from Ewald Kubota is all the stuff they got to go along with it. Personalize your carrier however you need. You might be hauling corn. You might be hauling people. You might be hauling people and corn. You need it, they got it, Ewald Kubota. And that's just the beginning of hunting season. Now, the regular everyday work, if you need rental equipment brought to your home or to your big job or little job, call Ewald Kubota. They can get it to you for the day, for the week, for the month. They'll provide everything you need. They'll deliver it. They'll train you up, and they'll pick it up when you're ready to get it done. That's what Ewald Kubota does. They got 11 locations all around South and Central Texas to take care of you. And the reason they've been here for well over 50 years is the service after the sale. They're here for the long run, and I'll tell you what, an Ewald Kubota is going to be here for the long run. You're looking for one of those brand new RTVXs, now's the time. Now before December the 31st, it's time to go get it. Great financing rates down to 0 APR, 36 months on that. You can save up to $1,000 if you're chasing it. It's the time to do it. Head over to Ewald Kubota or to KubotaUSA.com for all the details. Listen close. From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas for over 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts for the power, performance, and reliability of a new Super Start battery. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive offers a great price and around-the-clock protection when bundling home and auto. It's one of those rare times where you could save money and get something great. Bundled today at Progressive.com.
Like any good agent, we're here for the open house, for the closing, for handing over keys. But because we're realtors, we're here for so much more. Agents who are realtors volunteer at nearly 3 times the national average. We're working to broaden access to credit, increase affordable housing supply, and ensure fair housing for all. And realtors are bound by a code of ethics. We're here for it all. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
This Saturday at SA Card House 281 in Bitters, there's a tag team tournament. No limit hold'em, $15K guaranteed. Starts at noon. There's 20-minute levels through late registration, 30-minute levels after the registration closes. You combine stacks after registration and switch every 15 minutes. Are you and your partner the top dogs in the city? Let's find out. Head out to SA Card House 281 in Bitters. Go by, check them out, or check them out online at sacardhouse.com. They're open 7 days a week. Stop in. Maybe I'll see you at the tables.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
911, what's your emergency?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In San Antonio, 5 domestic violence calls happen every hour.
The time to end domestic violence in our community is now.
Step out of violence.
You are not alone.
Call 211 for help. Call 911 if it's an emergency.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
John McClain. Now, we talked to Indy Kalu about that last series by Buffalo. He joins us every Tuesday. And Indy said if he would have just taken these, it would have showed that he didn't have confidence in the team.
That's because when Indy went to Rice, he's not very smart. Give me a break. And you can tell him I said that. Indy's son is a lot smarter than he is because he goes to Baylor.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
How about this? A fire station in Western Germany was completed last year at the cost of tens of millions of euros.
All right.
Is no longer standing.
It burned down?
It burned down.
Sucks.
You know why?
German engineering?
No, it didn't have a fire alarm.
Well, you'd think they'd be home.
You'd think. It's a year old. A fire started in a vehicle and then spread to the whole building. 170 firefighters fought the fire.
Good grief. How big was this firehouse?
They were up to 30-foot flames. No one was injured, although 10 fire engines were destroyed. But then they realized that it had no fire alarms. And they said it was not required to have alarms because it's classified as a, quote, building holding equipment. I don't know. It seems like if you got equipment in a building, maybe you would want.
Well, I get it.
A fire alarm.
Do you think a police station has a burglar alarm?
Good question.
I doubt it.
That's a good question.
So I get a fire station going. I think we're probably good on the fire protection. Yeah. Everybody count off. Everybody here.
But
don't fires.
Don't firefighters go to sleep until the big bell goes off?
Yeah, they live in a firehouse. Yeah, and they get to go down that pole.
Yeah.
The dog's there though. The Dalmatian's there tomorrow.
Dogs sleep, man. Dalmatians are also really dumb dogs.
Really?
It's a
I hear
little
they're
known
also
fact.
deaf. That's why they used to ride the fire trucks because they couldn't hear them.
Yeah, they are really dumb.
Well, maybe that's the problem. I'm blaming the dog.
My old co-host in Houston, Fred, had a Dalmatian, and he was like, I was like, dude, you don't want a Dalmatian. They're really dumb. And he got it, and he's like, oh, mine's really smart. Then I met it, and I was like, no, dude, your dog's dumb. That's a dumb dog.
I think they're deaf.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's why they ride on fire trucks because
they can't hear the horn.
They couldn't hear the siren.
Good news. Richard Curtis, 19-year-old man, is charged with aggravated robbery of a Marco's Pizza in Austin.
I like Marco's Pizza.
I don't know that I've ever had Marco's Pizza.
They load up the pepperoni.
Do they?
If nothing else, I appreciate the Marco's pepperoni pizza.
Apparently, Curtis went in and slipped the employee there a note, and it said, don't say bleep. Don't say poop. Just empty the drawer. And then he showed the employee a gun in his waistband.
So did he write down the proper term? Like, don't say S?
Yeah.
He wrote it down.
Wrote it down.
Good.
And the guy didn't say anything. What he did do was grab the suspect and put him in a chokehold while his coworker called the police. While the employee and Curtis were fighting, the manager lifted the gun from his waistband.
Did he shoot him?
Allegedly tried shooting Curtis, but the gun didn't fire. Seeing that the gun wasn't working, the manager then pummeled him with the handle of the gun.
We all love this, right? We all applaud this.
I do. At one point, this doesn't happen in California. In California, you got to just give them the money.
Yeah, you have to.
You miss out on stories like this.
Yes.
At one point, the manager grabbed a knife from the kitchen and asked Curtis if he preferred prison or death. That's awesome. And at that point, Curtis stopped fighting and waited for law enforcement to arrest him. He chose prison.
Chose prison. Chose wisely.
He was arrested and treated for a head wound.
Good for him. Oh, good grief. Yeah, nice.
He got some, he took an ass whooping.
What was the name? What kind of store was he holding up?
A Marco's Pizza.
Marco's. Respect.
Yeah, you ain't getting our money. Yeah. A man has been sentenced to 6 months in prison after he caught his wife sleeping with another man. In March of 2021, this 33-year-old dude noticed that his wife was taking unusually long to get ready to take their daughter to her private tutor, so he decided to follow her around. She went into a local hotel, and he started to get the feeling she might be cheating, and they were confirmed when he stormed into her room and found her nude with another man.
In flagrante delicto, as they say in Latin.
What does that mean?
In all of
the throes of passion?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. In a fit of rage, Lou beat the other man.
How do you get in?
I kicked in the door.
How do you know what door?
He was following her.
They didn't notice their husband down the hall?
Guess not.
I just have questions.
He beat up the man, kicked his wife, which, I don't recommend. But eventually, they came to an agreement. The man that was banging his wife said, "Hey, I'll give you money, and we'll call this even." He agreed to give him $3,300 in 3 different installments as compensation.
I don't buy this. All right, so, okay.
What? He's buying
in installments?
No, well, it paid him $1,100 a week.
So that he could...
No, for him to stop beating him. Like, basically, like,
so
hey,
he could continue to have sex with his wife.
No, well...
And him to stop beating him was...
This guy was done. He's done being married to her. He's going to get a divorce.
Okay.
But he's like, I'm gonna keep kicking your ass. And he's like, I'll pay you money.
Okay. Or maybe he extorted him, said, unless you pay me money, I'm going to continue.
Yeah.
Which is my bet.
During his divorce proceedings, comes to find out, he's got an extortion charge.
He should.
What? To this day, he's convinced that his former wife was the mastermind behind her lover's complaint. She wanted to get an advantage in the custody battle over their young daughter. He got 6 months behind bars for blackmailing his wife's lover and forcing him to pay financial compensation.
Well, it is extortion. I'm going to keep whipping your ass unless you give me some money. That's extortion.
What if the guy says, "I'll give you money to stop kicking my ass"?
That's extortion. That's the criminal act. That's the this for that. That's the quid and the pro. That's... You answered that, created the crime. You did it to stop getting your ass beat.
It sounds like that guy made an offer, and the ass kicker said, I accept that offer.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm not that mad at him.
Well, no, I'm not mad at him. The ass kicking stopped. Everybody got happy.
Yeah.
6 months in prison.
Well,
earlier this year, the court heard the case again, and this time they exonerated him, concluding that he had not forced Lou to pay him the money, but rather negotiated with him.
So, okay.
Furthermore, the judge ruled that the lover, the side piece, his actions breached public order, good customs, and moral standards, so the husband's actions were justified.
Oh, that's a Texas defense right there. Needed killing.
But this was in China.
I'm just saying, there's the needed killing defense. That guy needed his ass kicked. He was sleeping with my wife.
He needed to get his ass whooped.
Fair enough.
A similar story came up last month, where a husband used a hidden camera in his own home to catch his wife cheating with another man, and he got sentenced to 3 months in jail for surveilling someone without their consent.
That's a consent law. I don't know what state they're in, but yeah.
Jeez, man, you can't put up a camera in your own house? That was This was in Taiwan. And he went to jail for catching his wife. So now we've gotten to the point where men aren't even allowed to catch your wife cheating on you. That's
well, at least not in Taiwan.
Men are down bad now. I'll tell you what. We ran this thing for a long time. We've ceded power.
Well, the argument is we kind of screwed things up. So
we did.
Shut up and sit down.
God, the bad men ruined it for all of us good men.
See,
now we can't cheat no more.
Yeah, we have to sit down to
well,
pee.
We were never allowed to cheat.
Wink, wink.
Now they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were talking about this earlier. It's funny, like with sex work.
Yeah.
Like now it's socially acceptable for women to do sex work. It's like
I wouldn't say socially acceptable,
dude.
It's just more common.
It's just not.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of women have OnlyFans.
I don't meet a bunch of people go, what do you do? I'm an OnlyFans mom. It's not like we're bragging about it, you know.
But now you can have a regular job and you can have an OnlyFans.
But you don't want
and if your
anybody to
regular
know.
job fires you for having an OnlyFans, you've got a lawsuit.
Right.
They're in the wrong. Now,
well,
depends on the OnlyFans content.
Yeah, it also depends on where you are and what you're doing.
But now for us, well, yeah, you can't be a school teacher or like a Boy Scout
counselor.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
If you're a scout leader,
luckily for us, talk
or
radio
school
hosts,
teacher, you're right.
We can have it.
I can shake it all I want.
But note that it's okay for women to have an OnlyFans, but it's still deplorable for men to pay for these sex workers. If we're the one, like if you're the one paying, you're a bad guy
because we're enabling.
Yeah, if you're a woman doing it, you're just doing your best to survive,
getting by.
But if now the guy's paying you, those are filthy animals.
Well, by that logic, you shouldn't tip at a restaurant.
You know, well,
you're enabling.
Maybe so.
You're keeping them in the food service industry.
It's hard out here for the man these days.
Yeah,
we had our run.
It ain't that bad. Oh no, it ain't that bad. I mean, it could be worse.
I'm glad I'm married.
I'm not in Taiwan. I'm not having to pay some Chinese dude not to whip my ass.
That's true.
I got things could be worse.
That's true. All right. Well, that's because you don't sleep with Chinese ladies.
Not that I'm aware of.
Chinese husbands or Chinese men's wives.
Not in the last several years.
Not recently.
Not recently. Convicted? Never convicted.
Not since Me Too came to be. Stop that nonsense. All right. When we come back, we'll take a look at what's going on in Vegas. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
How you feeling this morning? Anything keeping you out of life? Something painful that won't allow you to get in your business? If that's you, so many of us decide a long time ago that, we're just going to live with this pain. We're going to tough it out. Maybe I can't go out this weekend, or maybe I won't go to that football game, or maybe I won't join the family for this one. I'm going to sit it out, and I'll get better, and I'll do it again. If that's your life, stop it. Life is too short. Don't live with pain. Arasti providers are all around San Antonio with one abiding law in place, and that is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. And that's one thing to say. It's another thing to actually do it. Studies have shown they've done it themselves. Hundreds of thousands of patients around the country, on average, are back in their respective games in under 4 visits. What are you waiting for? The great thing about Arasti is you don't need a referral, yet they will accept most insurances. So go ahead and write this number down. It's 1-800-404-6050. Their website is arasti.com. Go there if you're looking for a list of providers and where they actually are. They've got a great map there, but I'm sure there's one less than 10 minutes from where you are right now. So many of us live in pain thinking it's just part of life. Did you know so many things can get fixed, and it's the way Arasti does it. It's not about pills or medications to hide the pain. It's not about some kind of long-term treatment program to prolong it. It's your body fixing itself. And let me tell you, I'm living proof it works. My lower back issues were taken care of years ago. They taught me how to stay out of pain, and they get me out of pain when things happen. Don't let it happen to you. Listen close. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call Arasti. Call them today. They'll take care of you, and when they do, come by and thank me later.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Jerry Jones debacle just won't go away. We're going to talk to somebody that knows Jerry Jones very well.
And he certainly knows what mad Jerry Jones is like. Wade Phillips will join us at 2:35.
Danny Cannell here to talk about Texas and Georgia.
Plus John McClain at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers a great price and round-the-clock protection when bundling home and auto. It's one of those rare times where you could save money and get something great. Bundle today at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
It's homecoming for the UTSA Roadrunners. This Saturday, be at the Alamo Dome as the Roadrunners host Florida Atlantic in their homecoming family weekend game presented by UT Health San Antonio. It's also their Salute to Healthcare game where healthcare workers can get buy one, get one tickets. Tickets starting at just $21. It's the UTSA Roadrunners hosting FAU this Saturday in the Dome. Visit GoUTSA.com to secure your tickets now. UTSA football. It's more than a game. It's an experience. Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. I had an advantage. My legs were a weapon. 6,109 rushing yards, still unbeaten records. That's why I bet at BetUS.com. They offer American sports bettors an advantage. The industry's biggest bonus, a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And get expert picks and predictions on their very own BetUS TV. Take advantage. Join me online at BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. BetUS, where the game begins.
Here's your chance to own Texas coastal property for your vacations and rental income. Hi, I'm Jason with Eden Development. We're excited to invite you to our exclusive one-day land sale this Saturday, October 19th, to discover coastal luxury RV sites or turnkey tiny homes. Yours for as little as $59.9. That's right, $59.9. These exclusive properties offer a resort-style pool, lazy river, community clubhouse, fishing pier, boat storage, private lake access, pickleball courts, and much more. Located minutes from the stunning beaches of Rockport and Port Aransas, these sites are perfect for family vacations or as a lucrative rental investment. This land sale is one day only. This Saturday, October 19th, by appointment only. Call now, 361-520-2380. That's 361-520-2380. Excellent financing options. Call now to schedule your private showing. 361-520-2380. That's 361-520-2380.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. That's why our Lowe's Red Vest associates can help with game time decisions. Plus, use in-store mode on the Lowe's app to find what you need. Under pressure at home and want it soon? Order online by 2 p.m. to get it same day. Same day valid on eligible in-stock items and select zip codes only. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. Exclusions and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
What's that? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, this is Greeny. Join me today at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Morning Huddle. Wrapping it up on a Thursday, baby.
It's going to be kind of a letdown Friday. No McCarthy tomorrow.
Womp, womp.
Well, no, we don't need to see. The Cowboys need to go dig a hole and go away for a little bit. The best thing to happen.
Hey, rest up, boys.
We got bigger deals to deal with on Saturday than Sunday this week. But there's a big day Friday tomorrow. I'm warning everybody for what we're doing tomorrow. It's the Raul Jimenez telethon, radiothon going on across the street, our brother station, sister station, KTSA. We're going to be on the air tomorrow from noon to 1, raising money for the best thing, one of the best things San Antonio does, the Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving feast that we feed thousands and thousands downtown. We're going to be raising money tomorrow. And All we ask is for every one of you to give something.
Doesn't have to be a lot.
Some give a lot, little. Some give a lot.
But I ask you this. Here's what we really want. We want to beat the Blitz.
That's really, at the end of the day, all I'm after.
So what we are asking, if we've brought you any joy in the last several months, that you return the favor by helping feed the hungry.
But only between noon and 1 tomorrow.
Noon to
Don't
1.
do it too early or too late.
Do not do it between 11 and noon.
No.
Oh, no.
That money be going to the wrong people. But when
not only that, I was telling Rob, and this is how much I care about the hungry. I'm a compassionate guy. I'm a man of the people. I was like, Rob, do you think we can get the earliest shift possible? Because I've got plans this weekend.
No kidding.
I gotta head out of town right after the show. So can we do you think we'll be able to do 10 to 11? And Rob was like, I don't see why not.
Okay.
And then turns out we were booked from 11 to noon. And I was like, okay, that's not the worst.
Not too bad.
I'll probably get to Houston before disaster traffic happens.
Right.
Yeah.
But then we got the call. Hey,
Blitz.
Do you guys mind doing noon to 1 because the Blitz has to go? They got to go do high school football in New Braunfels.
Go to work.
They gotta get all the way to New Braunfels to do a high school football match, and so they were trying to do the 11 to noon slot, and you guys can do their 12 to 1 slot.
So don't give during 11 to noon.
And what did I do? I said, you know what? Because I know I want to help the hungry. I want to feed the needy. I said, okay, I'll do that. I'll sacrifice and I'll do that.
Yeah, it sounded real magnanimous when our suit said, guess what? You're doing noon to 1. Oh.
Yeah, that was it. Well,
all right, if you want to make it sound like that.
No, I was waiting for your response when I got that email. I was like, I don't know.
Because I'd already told Rob that I wanted to get out of town early.
I didn't respond to the email.
Yeah.
I was going to reflect your attitude toward this because I didn't want to go, I think AJ wants to leave early. I should have done that.
AJ's being a little bitch trying to get out of town.
All I want is for the 60 minutes that we are on air raising money for the Raul Jimenez thing, that we think of the greatness that we can give.
What are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
Anything that will get people to write us. I was going to say checks. Nobody writes checks. To Venmo, Cash App. We'll even take the green stuff, I'm sure.
Do what you will.
But we're raising money tomorrow. Come across the street at KTSA and help us do such a wonderful thing. If you don't have the money, give us your time. I'm sure they're looking for volunteers as well.
And what channel will we be on for this time?
On the other side, 550 a.m.
5:50 a.m.
Or 107.1 FM.
Oh, you can hear us on both?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, good. I don't want to be on AM.
I sound so much shorter.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
107.1
Yeah.
FM.
See, I don't have that dialed in. In my mind, it is KTSA.
Yeah.
5:55.
Yeah, 55. Good old days.
But, it's going to be a fun day tomorrow, and we look forward to having you on with us across the – you've never broadcasted over there from the news rat area.
No, never have.
It smells of
they're going to be in the Alamo Lounge, I believe.
Oh, we're not going to be in the –
Yeah.
We'll be in the big lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it's been a minute
it's going to be
since I've been in the
comfortable.
lounge.
And they said, there's going to be pizza and burgers and tacos. I'm like, okay.
This stuff like
well, I mean, if you're raising money for a Thanksgiving meal, the least we can do is eat while we're doing it.
Are you going to stick around, Vic? Are you going to hang with us when we do our
for
show?
a little bit, yeah.
Are you going to be there when we do our show?
Are we going to go to lunch Friday?
No, we changed that.
We can't because they're going to be bringing food.
There's too much food here for us to eat.
Okay.
Well, and we don't want to waste food.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I'll probably hang. Well, I'll go home for a little bit, but come back.
Well, okay, fine.
He lives across the street.
Yeah, I don't live that far.
You should just hang out here and stuff yourself full of food and then go on air with us.
Free food at that.
That's right.
Ooh,
you love free stuff.
Oh, I love free stuff.
Of course you do. All right, let's go ahead and hit it. It's the Daily Lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the Daily Lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Daily Lines brought to you by SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house, located at 281 and Bitters. I might be out there tonight playing some cards if this game is not worth a damn.
They'll have it on there.
Oh, they will have it on there. Yeah, no doubt. And this is probably the best time. Distract yourself when this game happens. The Broncos are at the Saints. Now, this is important. This is an important lesson when you're betting on sports. 3 is the most important number in football. It's by far the most important. It's the more games finish on 3 than any other game or than any other number. So shop around when numbers are in this range, because right now you could get Broncos minus 2.5, or you could get Broncos minus 3.
I've got 3.
Then, especially if you like the Saints, you want that 3. If you like the Broncos, you want to find that 2.5. It's important to have more than one out because the bookies don't want you to win, believe it or not.
What?
Yeah, it turns out they want to win the money. The total in that game, 37.5s are out there. I like the under in that game. That's the only look I'm going to have on this thing. I think it's going to be gross game. So I'm going to be watching it with an eye towards disgust.
Any game under 38 points, I have found.
No, it's gross.
They tell us it's a defensive battle.
No, it's just crappy football.
Just error-filled, flag-filled fun. Yeah.
Well, if you want more points, there's a total of 51.5 in the Georgia State Marshall game. We are Marshall. Marshall 9-point favorites in this game as well. And then there is actually there's a Power 4 matchup tonight. Boston College is at Virginia Tech. Boston College catching 7.5 on the road. 48.5 a total there. Kind of lean towards Boston College there.
Holmes is doing a good job there.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever wanted to acknowledge the fact that he's a really good college coach.
He is. Yeah. And I think they're the way that they play. I said this earlier in a game, and it ended up working out. They're hard to blow out. Boston College is going to be hard to run away from because they want to limit possessions. They want to be grimy and yuck. And I think Boston College, 7.5 points, a lot. So I would lean towards BC there in that one. In Major League Baseball, we're going to play 2 today.
Yep.
Not in the same series, but we will play 2. Boy, we got lucky yesterday on that over. Over 7.5 to the window. I was like, over 7.5. Walker Buehler's washed. He can't pitch.
No.
Just goes out, gives up no runs. Luckily, Shohei Ohtani hit a 3-run bomb. Yeah. And then Max Muncy in a 7-0 game. He's up. He said, you know what? I better add one on for good measure. Boom! Get out of here, ball. Adios, senor pelota. And we hit the 8. Winner, chicken dinner. Tonight we get the Yankees at the Guardians. Yankees up 2-0. Guardians throwing Matthew Boyd. Mm-hmm. The Yankees throwing Clark Schmidt.
Who?
Clark Schmidt.
I don't.
Yankees minus 120. Even money come back on the Guardians. The total in this one is 7. The Guardians, are they going to win a game, Rob, or are they just done? Are they dead?
They're done.
Ugh.
Legit, I think they're done.
Freaking Yankees are going to be in the World Series. We're going to get Yankees Dodgers or Yankees Mets. Gross.
Well, Yankees Mets has its own particular kind of inertia.
I hate both. If the Yankees win, I'm going to cheer. I'm only cheering. I don't know who I'm going to cheer for between the Dodgers and the Mets. I don't know.
Will there be a travel day?
Yeah.
For Yankees Mets, they'll have a travel day.
Oh yeah.
I think we'd knock this out in probably 4 days. If we
really
put
2
our
double
minds to
headers.
it, let's just knock this thing out if we're playing within,
Play a couple double headers. Let's get this thing over with.
We don't need to do anything extra.
The Dodgers are at the Mets. Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
I love saying that might be the best one.
Yoshinobu. It's not as good as Shota.
No.
But the Cubs are no good, though, so we got to settle for Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
The Japanese names are the best ones to pronounce.
100%.
They have the hard clips, it pops out.
Yeah.
Each syllable has its own.
Did you ever?
Yamamoto.
Like, it would have been cool. I don't know. My wife didn't like. She threw this idea out the window earlier. I was like, we should give our kids like a really ethnic name, and I was thinking like maybe a Japanese name. Like, imagine if my kid was named Yoshinobu Hoffman. How awesome would that be?
I can guarantee you, if you had named your kid Yoshinobu Hoffman, He won't look like you would think he's going to look. No matter what you think he's going to look like, he ain't.
Well, Jose Quintana. Now imagine this.
Jose Quintana, blue-eyed, blonde-haired,
California
accent.
Imagine they flip Yoshinobu Quintana and Jose Yamamoto.
I think they're both Filipino.
You'd probably be right.
From Philippines, Manila, maybe.
But the Dodgers minus 135 favorites here. Yeah, the Mets plus 115 on the comeback. Also, a total of 7.
I want to have fun in this one. I'm trying to enjoy this.
I'll go under on this Mets game. Jose Quintana has been the best pitcher for the Mets.
Mm-hmm.
Every time, I don't know if he's given up a run in the postseason. He's been dominant, and the Mets bats haven't given you a lot to write home about in this series.
Quintana, 0.0. You have no ERA.
0.0.
11 innings pitched, 11 Ks, only 3 bases on balls, and a whip. 0.82.
That's pretty damn good.
Pretty solid.
So let's go under 7. How about that?
I think it's safe.
You might see 7.5 because there's juiced 7s. So if you shop around, see if you can find a 7.5. You see a 7.5, jump on that.
Because but for one game, the Dodgers are pitching zeros.
That's it.
One game. So I like the under 2.
And NBA preseason tonight. Los Spurs in action. Spurs plus 4.5 at the Rockets. What's the take?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. I would bet. I would go, if I was to look, I'd see what the first quarter, first half looks like. Because I think that's where you're going to get at least you'll get a lineup that you can expect. I have no idea what they're going to do the last half game of the last preseason game. There's some dudes that are going to get some walking papers here in a couple of days, and I'd like to think they're going to get an opportunity to try to earn their spot.
Total of 223. Also, that German
how'd the
team.
German team do?
They lost by 11. They were in that game. I told the Blazers are dreadful.
The refs had to step in.
Give me a break.
Man, we can't lose to a German team.
No. German team, they hung in there. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. You can hear the Blitz at 2. Enjoy them, but less than us. Morning Huddle, 94.1.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.